sharpest tool in the shed.
You need Jesus.
Yeah, you do need Jesus. You need to stop doing that shit. Don't do that no more.
Toby, he's doing that stupid guy who does the same song over and over. the one we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Over your beat, man. Over your beat.
Over your beat, man. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to license my beat to that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Am I stealing your Wi-Fi right now? Yes, I am.
Teeth the Wi-Fi. Unlimited.
Yo, so I'm just going on a little rant here while we're on live real quick. Anybody out there who is renting an apartment in Montreal, please be sure that your plumbing is A-OK and that your water valve is not behind your blood clot closet where you keep valuable things and you may not want, I don't know, people just going in there and tearing out your crap. Because then you end up like me, getting all protected with a broomstick while plumbers are in your house, so on and so forth. It's just a bad Wednesday.
Oh, no.
Wait, they had to make a hole in your wall?
No, that was last Friday. Today, it was just like I wake up this morning at 6 a.m., take my morning pee, and among other things, and guess what couldn't flush? Hey!
Morning constitutional.
It couldn't flush it. It just wasn't working.
Man.
So, I had to call the superintendent, and then she was like, well, I had to go to work, so, I'll call the plumber, and then, someone's going to have to stay here. I was like, who's going to stay here?
I got a job.
Yeah.
Some of us got to pay. You want me to pay that rent? I got to go to work.
So, I got to let them know if I'm staying within, a couple weeks. I might just let them know.
I think that's the best leverage you could have over anybody. I remember one time I went to a bar. I left with a friend because she wanted to take a smoke break. We're going back in, and then the bouncer stops me from coming back in because he's acting like I'm trying to sneak into the bar.
I was just in here.
I was like, I was just in here. No, you weren't. And I was like, I was with the girl that's walked in, and they're like, oh, and then luckily the owner came out, and it's like, what's going on? It's like, this guy's trying to cut the line. And I'm like, really? And he's like, I was in there and I have a tab. And he's like, oh, really? What's the name of the barman? And I was like, this name. Oh, there's no one here working like that. I was like, fine, I don't have to pay my bill then.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I
he's
would
like,
have just walked away.
And also he was like, hold on. And he went in, and he's like, just ask him if there was a short black guy at the bar. I'm pretty sure there's no one else talking to him at that.
You
and
know
he
what,
came back
though?
and he's like, okay, he comes
Skinny's
in.
right. You should have just bounced and not paid
around
that
and
tab.
Text that girl, be like,
Screw
listen,
that.
something happened. I'll see you later.
I was trying to, and no one was picking up. So I was like,
Even
I don't have to
better.
pay this bill, you know.
Deuces.
You shouldn't
No,
even send
dude,
it.
I wouldn't have, definitely wouldn't have paid that.
What was
Yeah.
your tab?
It wasn't big.
Okay.
It wasn't big.
Still
I
not
It
bad.
was more than
drinking.
$3.99.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold up. How much was it, first of all?
It wasn't that much. It wasn't that much.
Like, give me a price range.
Maybe $30 bucks.
And how long ago was this?
It was a while. It was a while ago. I was still in
So
college.
you were like in college where
Yeah,
$30 mattered?
No, like
Hey
not
man,
really.
$30 Matt. You're saying $30 didn't matter in
'cause
college?
the type
It mattered to me in college.
$30 mattered to me back
I had
then.
I had a side job, so it wasn't like, oh no, I'm out of house
Sorry,
and home.
Kingpin.
I'm still living at
This
home.
was-
Still living at
job.
home.
Selling
So it
that
wasn't
crack.
like
I was trying to.
I'm just dealing them
I was trying to
drugs
make
on
a
the side.
regular-
Don't worry
I was
about
trying to
it.
make a
I was
It's a new
saving up.
streets.
I was like, I'm going out to drink.
I got this
at this
Kingpin
place.
shit.
I'm gonna enjoy it. All they do is mix drinks. That's all they focus on. So I was just like, you know what? And I was like, all right, I don't have to pay that bill then.
I got that money. Okay, that's fair. I mean, you do you.
I was hanging out with a bunch of people, so I'm just gonna
the
cut
rest,
out.
The rest of us normal humans didn't have.
I was hanging out with a bunch
we,
of
we
friends.
cared
It's like,
about the $30.
Yo, I would have been like, that's 2 Transformers. Thank you very much.
Pretty sure I called TD about an NSF fee today. That was like $5. I'm not playing out here, B. It's hard.
Telling me he doesn't care about 30 because he got a side job.
I was hanging out with friends, so it's like either be a complete jerk and be like, "Hey, can you take my jacket with you before you leave?"
Yeah, but you're not being the jerk.
Thank you.
The people not letting you in are the jerks.
Thank you. I was just going to say, how are you the jerk if you come back to the
Yeah.
door where you were just a patron of that establishment and you're just like, I was just in here. Oh, I don't recognize you. Sounds good to me. Bye. And, yo, bring my jacket when you come out because we're going to another bar. So, because I got $30 in my pocket now that I don't got to pay these idiots.
Flavor country, bitches.
Yeah, come on. That's another 30 you could have spent somewhere else.
Exactly.
No, this bar was out of the way.
Every fine, every excuse.
I don't know what you're trying to do right now, man. Are you with us or against us?
Oh, what was that?
You would
line?
think he'd be on our side when we're saving him money
I
in this
know.
scenario.
What was that line from Wanted? What was that line from Wanted before Common got his head blown off? F was it?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember?
I love what. Wait, Wanted is the one with Wait,
where they bend bullets and all that kind of stuff.
No, I blocked that movie out. Remember, I
Aw.
hate that shit because I read the comic book that was actually well done, and these motherfuckers went out and ruined that shit.
But you finally get one movie where Morgan Freeman gets to say, "Get that motherfucker." kind of worth for that one.
Goddamn.
The one, like I've always said, the thing that pissed me off about it is just that they based the script for the movie off of only the first issue.
Yeah.
So they didn't know where it was gonna go, and you can tell because if you read the comic, anyways, I won't even go into it.
Yeah, we don't need to. Sorry.
Yeah,
We've gone into this like 5 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay,
This week's DTD?
yeah, we're gonna real quick. We have one note from last week.
Oh, let's note it.
Yeah, we mentioned. I said myself, Pete Holmes, at the beginning of the show when we were talking about when you were talking about Gucci Gang.
Yeah.
And it's Pete Davidson that did that.
The tall, skinny guy.
Yeah, he did a segment called
Daniel
Tucci.
Yeah,
Tucci Gang.
Yeah, about Daniel Tucci.
Stanley Tucci.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
See, we're screwing up names.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'll check that out.
Pete Holmes is the look it up.
Pete
It's pretty
Davidson's
funny.
good.
Yeah,
Pete Davidson.
Pete.
Yeah, Pete Holmes is the one that's the host of You Made It Weird, which is a podcast on
Dude,
nerds.
and he has a really, really, really good show on
Is
HBO
Crashing
called
good?
It's so good.
Oh man, I mean to watch it, but I never gave it a chance.
Watch like the first 2 seasons.
Oh
Yeah,
wow, really? That good?
It's really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I watched.
100%. I was surprised.
Okay, I like the British show Crashing, which stars Phoebe.
Oh, the people in the hospital.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a good one.
That's amazing. But
That's
this
where
one,
there's squatters in an abandoned hospital.
an abandoned hospital.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And then there's like actually, this is talking about renting. There's actually like property owners that you still have to pay to. And I'm like, wait, but they're squatters. It's
Well, because they're British, they're polite.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like, oh well, obviously you're keeping the lights on and stuff. Here's a little something.
Both crashings are good.
Yeah, so there you go. View the Right Thing recommendation before we even get to View the Right Thing. But yeah, starting the show off this week. First of all,
say preview the right thing.
preview. Oh, damn, that is a good one.
Yes, I
there you
know.
go. Welcome to Geektastic Cypher. I'm Doc Holiday,
JawzD.
Bomba clot skinny.
and then on the because I realized we don't introduce.
Tobi.
Yeah, we don't introduce ourselves anymore. Like the
Oh,
last,
we just jump into it.
the last like 2 or 3
Just quit?
episodes, we haven't introduced ourselves. If you
Whoops.
guys are listening to the show for the first time, thank you for tuning in to Geektastic Cypher. We are a collection of blurs who love and appreciate a whole bunch of geeky things. If you guys can see my shirt, I'm wearing a University of Wakanda shirt and a Stormtrooper fitted that I just got, and I guess I'm the only one wearing geek shirt today, but usually these guys
Wakanda forever.
yeah, Skinny usually has these badass like classic Marvel
car geek.
yeah,
Stuff,
yeah.
I guess.
I've lost too much weight, so I don't feel
Skinny, that was good, right? That impression was
That
good.
was actually really good. You shocked me. I was like, where
He's
did
like
this
Mbappe.
African man come from?
Hey,
Where did you learn to talk
I
about?
am Nigerian, so I can definitely put it on if I need to.
Damn, dope.
Yeah, straight up.
Yo,
huh?
you might have to help us with some dialects and practice because I really want to be able to say that shit as good as those guys do. Because those guys, whoever the voice coach and linguistic and dialect coach that they had is amazing. Because
I will say it
seemed
is
to me-
amongst the best. It's amongst the best I've seen in a movie as far as like an African dialect. But I will say, I mean, I did notice the ones that were not good.
yeah. Well, okay, so who's not good in the
Yeah,
movie?
let's see if we can actually
Okay,
match
so
up.
I can tell you right now, the main scene. There was a scene at the beginning where, man,
We're talking about
Black
Black Panther for those of you who don't know, and yes, we definitely could spoil. So spoil. away.
Yeah. So who's the girl that T'Challa's into?
Nakia.
Not Okoye.
Nakia.
Nakia. So there's a scene where she's in Nigeria rescuing the girls, right?
Yeah.
Right.
None of those Nigerian soldiers sounded Nigerian.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting.
None of them. So that to me was like all the other accents actually were kind of their own. It actually made to me it's not a dialect I'm used to in Africa. So it made sense that like they made up a different sort of dialect for Wakandans.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Is it
Yeah,
Wakandans? Yeah.
Wakandan, yeah.
But but like the Nigerian like outside of Wakanda just didn't sound like that region at all. Yeah.
Okay.
Forrest Whitaker sucks.
Yeah, but everyone else
Yeah.
was like on point. Believable.
I heard Whitaker. People said Forrest Whitaker was pretty bad.
No, it wasn't good.
We got a note here from Ted. Oh man, I'm gonna mess that name up. You know how to say homie's name.
Who?
Tete Opa.
TT.
TT. That's
That's man. TT. Yeah, man. He agreed the accents were mediocre at best. That's
Yeah.
right. He's actually African.
Yeah, no, I
Percent
know.
too.
Yeah. So that's it. If I mean, that's why. Because for me, an African accent. Chad Boswick, who's from North Carolina, South Carolina. He's from one of the Carolinas.
Yeah.
But
Cadillac.
Yeah, but for me, his accent sounded great because I'm just like, you sound really African. But then I feel bad saying that because I'm like, I have no clue what an African accent is supposed to sound like. So my ignorant ass thinks he
was it
sound
Forrest
good.
Whitaker in Last King of Scotland?
Yes.
I need to do that for the whole movie.
Yeah, he didn't do a good job in this one.
But that's what I was saying about like people from Wakanda, aside from what Forrest Whitaker, they sounded like it could be from an African
Okay.
dialect.
But
country,
it doesn't
right?
sound like
But
the others.
the others that were supposed to be from Nigeria didn't sound like they were from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude,
So-
T'Chaka's brother, he killed it. Dude
Oh,
from This Is
Sterling?
Us?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
Is
yeah.
Us? Killed it.
And Jobu?
Yeah.
Yeah, people said his accent was really good.
Yeah.
He's not actually
Yeah.
African, that actor, is he?
Sterling?
Wouldn't be
Is that
surprised.
last name?
I mean, actor's name, though, eh? A lot of them changed their
okay.
names, so I don't know what his real name is.
Well, I mean, Lawrence Fishburne is actually Larry, but
oh, really?
yeah.
Is his real name Larry?
I think so. Yeah, that's why he
Jesus.
changed it.
To Lawrence?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. I would do the same thing. I wouldn't want to be out here called Larry Fishburne.
Larry.
Hey, Larry!
Hey, Lair.
Hello there, Larry. Handsome. And my name is Larry.
Oh,
Float on.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, Black Panther. I thought the accents were pretty on point. But yeah, a lot of people made fun of Fishburne. I mean, but
Hey, if you
not
if you
Fishburne,
want a
Whitaker,
bad
sorry.
if you want a bad example of a terrible African accent, go watch Coming to America.
Oh yeah.
Those were,
See,
those
now
were
I
so
feel all
bad.
guilty for that being one of my favorite
Oh,
movies.
but I mean,
I'm like, oh.
we all know we can appreciate Eddie Murphy and those boys.
Absolutely.
Like Arsenio, Eddie, we respect whether or not the accent was good. They made.
Well,
a good
isn't his mom the woman that plays the mom, Leon?
Oh, maybe she's probably legit, but
She's probably legit.
I don't know.
I would assume. But then
No
again, it's
idea.
more
But
like
she was speaking with like a high regal accent too,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
she wasn't really putting on an African. Yeah.
That's the other thing. One of those things back in the day, the idea of like a regalness would be to have as little
British affectation to your
exactly. So yeah, guys, that's our little intro blurb, and we're gonna be going into DTD. I'm gonna let JawzD introduce this one as this is his selection.
This is going to be fun. I ain't
Just-
never seen any of these.
Just
oh, you haven't seen any.
Just
of them?
give me the context because I'm still not sure if I'm doing it based on the universes or the particular movie.
All right, I'm gonna make it easier because there's a
Okay.
higher chance that people have seen the movies.
I've seen all three.
So basically, this DTD, which is destroy, what is it? Team up.
Yeah, drain, team up, and
drain,
destroy.
team up, and defeat. Excuse me.
Yeah, defeat, true.
So it's a battle of the graphic novels. All graphic novel movies. So
Yeah.
all of these are graphic novels and movies, but a lot of times they don't really say that.
I would like to
They
point
don't
out
put in the marketing.
I would like to thank you for letting me. I didn't know that two of them were graphic novels at all.
Yeah, which were so I'm going to say the
Yeah,
names.
you're
and-
introducing me to the.
So basically, one of them is Snowpiercer, and it's based on a French bande dessinée called Le Trans. Personnage?
Yeah, Transpersonnage.
And second one is Road to Perdition. The graphic novel is called Road to Perdition.
Yeah.
and A History of Violence. Same name.
Yeah.
And so with Road to Perdition, like they didn't even say anything about it
No.
being related to a graphic novel.
I knew A History
Oscar-
of Violence was a graphic novel. I didn't know the other
Oscar-winning.
It
two.
was loosely based, though.
It's loosely
Oh,
based, but I
loosely-
mean, it's just the way they get trained, and it's like two people and like yada yada yada, and it does its own thing with it. But it's still pretty good, I find,
Okay.
As its own thing. So basically, you are going to have to DTD the universe of these movies.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with universe.
So I'm draining. So when I drain a universe, I'm essentially taking that universe as the prime.
Yes.
I'm gonna merge and team up. When I team up, I'm merging with another universe.
Yes.
And then I'm defeating the last.
Yeah.
Okay. Based on that, do you want me to go first then?
Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, because based on that, I already know which one I want.
All right.
So I'm not really picky, but I'm draining Road to Perdition
Okay.
or History of Violence, and I'm teaming up with Road to Perdition or History of Violence. The only reason is I don't want to live in Snowpiercer's world,
Yeah.
where your entire life is you're stuck on a train that is in a wasteland of the world.
Yeah.
Everything's
Snowy
frozen
wasteland.
over.
Yeah.
They take little kids and make them parts.
Oh, that okay. Go on.
Joe, I'm sorry if I'm going to explain to people why I can't be in this one. I'm sorry, but I'm spoiling this shit for you.
So Snowpiercer kind of came out around the time where what's his name, Chris Evans,
Yeah,
was
Chris
saying
Evans.
like I'm going to retire from acting, and he did this movie and he did a few
did
other
he
Marvel.
really say he was going to
Yeah,
retire?
I think so. Yeah,
Oh, I
around
didn't
this
know that.
time he was like, all right, I'm kind of taken a backseat because he
Oh,
was doing
yes.
he was doing Captain America for so long, and he finally does this movie. This guy loves his comic book movies.
It's true.
He loves
He also loves doing movies with superhero stuff.
the Loser.
He did another movie, Chris Evans.
Yeah.
When was it? When did this
Dude,
come out?
he's actually, from all the reports that I've seen at different points, he seems like he's actually a pretty nerdy guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was
Just
in The
like
Losers.
his appearance doesn't fit what he actually
True.
performs.
Yeah. He was in The
Losers.
Losers.
He was like the nerdy tech guy in the
Yeah.
Losers.
Yeah, I knew that, but like, when did this movie come out?
Snowpiercer. I don't know.
2015.
No, not that.
That's it.
Yeah, it's fairly
It
recent.
is recent.
Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
But not 2015 recent.
Like-
that's 3 years ago. I feel like that movie came out earlier than that. Toby, can you give us a verdict?
Because this was one of those movies.
In 2013.
2013. Okay.
2013.
And when did Losers come out? Because that's earlier.
Yeah, it's way earlier.
Yeah. That's like 2010. I want to guess 2010.
Because that's after Fantastic Four.
Yes.
The Losers.
Yes. And then, sorry, Tobes, what'd you say?
2010.
2010. Oh, I was right. Sweet. And then there's another one where him and Dakota Fanning, and he has superpowers.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
Push.
love that one.
Yeah, I
Is
like
that
that.
Push? No.
Yeah.
Is it Push?
I think it's called Push. I think you're right.
Yeah, but that's not based on anything to
No,
my knowledge.
but I like-
it's basically
Push
X-Men.
was
Push was what, sorry?
2009.
2009. Okay. But it's just because what Toby was saying about how he's
okay.
actually a geek.
Yeah.
You could see it in, if you look at all
roles
the
he
movies,
picks.
the roles he picks, they're really geeky. And like Push, he's like kind of like a comic book graphic novel come to life.
Mm-hmm.
Losers, based on a graphic novel. Snowpiercer, based on a graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America, Fantastic Four. So he has quite a few.
Right.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So, as I was saying, I am draining Road to Perdition. I'm teaming up with A History of Violence, so meaning I'm merging those two worlds together, which isn't that shocking. I mean, you essentially get violence in an old-timey world.
Yes.
And there's a lot of violence and a lot of revenge, which seems like a current common theme in both of them.
Right.
So I think that those two universes work well together.
But I
But
know-
Snowpiercer, yeah, as a movie, I mean, if you guys haven't watched it, I'm sorry, I won't destroy too much of it for you, but there's a lot of darkness to the story. I mean, the understanding that you have to maintain with what you have.
the balance.
You have to balance everything. Everything has to be maintained with what you can't. There's nothing new on the train. You can't build. You can't stop for resources. They're just constantly on this track, going around and around and around.
Around where?
I don't. The world, right? Yeah, it's like some crazy, ridiculous track that's just as long as God knows how
The
long.
world's destroyed.
Yeah, everything's destroyed. Every time you look out the window, it's just ice.
Snow. It's just snow. Because I don't know if I can't remember if it's a nuclear winter, but something like that happens.
Yeah.
And then this guy makes like an arc, but it's like a train. And
Yeah.
and it holds the last of humanity, but it can only hold a certain amount of people.
Yeah.
And then all the rich people are in the front, and then
Front.
as you get closer and closer to the back, poor.
Yeah. I remember at my work when they put us at the back of the office, I was just like, "Oh, Snowpiercer, we're at the back of the train. Nice."
But it sounds like they're like on coach trains and stuff, but this is like, imagine a concentration camp.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
at the back. Yeah, it's pretty bad at the back.
Yeah.
At the front, it's luxurious. It's beautiful. Everyone has what they want. It's the higher class, the upper crust. They all dress nice because also your clothes are recycled. So,
Yeah.
but they get their clothes retailored and stuff like that. Whereas people who live at the back, everyone's just scourging and trading what little they have.
Yeah. It's a really good movie, and it
it
just
is.
a quick little suggestion. It took me a couple tries to watch it because it's a little slow in the beginning, but there's a huge payoff. So if you can last like the first act, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's turning into a TV series on TNT. So if anyone doesn't like the movie, well, I mean, as a TV series, you could do a lot of episodes.
Yeah,
This
That's
whole world
true,
on a train.
world on a train and the politics, so on. But
Exactly.
after a while, it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
going 2 seasons and it's done.
Yeah, that's everything these days. Every show is anything that's no. I was gonna say anything that's a new idea, but
I'll just say
nothing's new.
Limitless, and they fucked up. We'll forever
That's too
remember
bad.
Mm.
Limitless.
So good.
Because I really like that movie. But
And the show.
I'll
Sorry.
go second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will team. No, I will.
You pick them, and you're always. I love that you're always confused when you pick them.
No, I'm not. I'm just like, I should have thought about this harder. Because I know in A History of Violence, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm this badass killer. Da, da, da. It's like, ooh, that's gruesome. Ooh, like it's
Yeah.
violent, and it's not pretty violent. It's like Logan violent, where you're just like,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a David Cronenberg movie, so yeah, he's gonna gross you out a bit, quite a bit.
I love that movie.
That coffee to the face. Anyway.
I've watched it like 10 times.
Damn.
Oh, man, I can't handle the jaw part. That was pretty messed up. So I'm going to drain Road to Perdition because that's not as messed up as A History of Violence. I am going to team up with Snowpiercer because there's hope. There's hope. There's hope at the end of that movie. There's hope.
Is there?
Yeah, I can't remember if it has 2 endings or there is hope.
I guess
there is hope at the end.
Yeah, but
and then
hope off the back of slaves. I'll tell you that much.
Did you see the whole thing?
Yeah.
But then it does end.
Yeah, but
and there's hope.
I mean, even in the best of scenarios where, let's say, you find out you can leave the train and the world, it's an atomic nuclear winter. Oh, it's better now, but everything's been destroyed. Yeah, like the world
start from scratch.
Yeah, okay.
WALL-E has basically the same thing.
Yeah.
The main reason he's saying there's hope is because you can kind of see nature sort of going back to normal, and then you saw a polar bear at the end.
Yeah.
So it's possible they can live out there again, but we don't know how nuclear or
exactly.
whatever it is, right? So.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Defeat A History of Violence because
too violent.
Too violent.
Yeah, that's right.
too much.
Skinny, who has not seen any of them.
Good luck.
I don't know if I'm gonna see any of these, but I'm gonna go ahead.
Road to Perdition. Watch History of Violence. You'll like that.
Road to Perdition is an Oscar-winning movie. It won Oscars, right?
I think probably.
It's Tom Hanks.
He always wins Oscars.
It's like
a
good.
It's that white boy
one of the good ones. It's
Tom Hanks.
It's one of the good ones.
How? Okay, give me the premise of that real quick.
Road to Perdition is a revenge story.
Okay, so how revenge?
Takes place in 1930s or 40s?
It's like mob era. Yeah.
Mob era, and it's about this guy and his son witnesses a mob murder,
right?
And he's a mob hitman,
right?
Something like that.
So
or an enforcer
after him.
Yeah, so the mob's coming after him and his son, and he's driving all the way to somewhere,
to get away,
get the last guy, or to get away from everybody, and he's slowly killing all these dudes coming after him.
He's essentially just trying to protect his kid.
Yeah.
And he's being hunted. It's very Logan-esque in the sense of you got to take care of business for the greater good of your family.
And the graphic novel is actually a series. So
okay.
they only did... So the movie's literally one part of the whole series.
Yeah.
And then History of Violence involves a guy and his son too, right?
It's his family. Yeah.
It's a guy and his family. And it's his past coming back to haunt him kind of thing.
So he has a repressed memory where he forgot about his past completely, and he kind of just became a new person, had a family for years, and everything's good. And then all of a sudden these guys come to town, these mob guys.
All of a sudden Ed Harrison shows up.
Find him, and they're like, hey, we want you back, and we're looking for you. And he's like, he doesn't know who they are because he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
All right.
But the more they come at him, the more things start unraveling, the crazier it gets. And then he's like, I gotta protect my family because these guys are coming after me now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Ed Harris shows up and says, "Yo, this is who you are,
dude." This is pretty much John Wick. He's pretty much John Wick
with a family.
Yeah.
And without the fancy.
There's no
showmanship.
There's not the.
It's just violent.
He just means he's John Wick in the sense that he has that hitman history, but it's as if John Wick had the family and then moved on, actually cashed in those chips and never looked back, and then they just happened to find him. So yeah.
So we're gonna take A History of Violence.
Okay. You're gonna drain it?
Yeah, I guess. Throw that onto what's it called?
Snowpiercer.
So just throw that universe into that one. So homeboys with his family, and then these niggas from the front of the train just came to the back and said, "Hey, yo, you used to be our hitman."
Oh, that is a very interesting story.
And then just throw them on the road to perdition. So he just killed everybody, and now the train's just going somewhere. Or I don't know. He locked them in the back, and now I don't know. But there you go. That's what I'm doing. That's it. We're defeating the road to perdition.
Okay.
Because actually, essentially, you would be kind of defeating road to perdition. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Get that out of here.
Bye, Tom Hanks. Tobi looks.
Yeah, that's. I don't know because I've never really seen Road to Perdition, but I sort of understand the gist of it.
Yeah.
I feel like I would like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Road to Perdition. It's just that it's like 1930s mob era.
Love that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you like that stuff, you like this because it's essentially that type of story. It's not.
So here's.
Yeah, go ahead, Tobes. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm actually I could drain either Road to Perdition or History of Violence.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna say I'm draining History of Violence, and I'm gonna merge it with Road to Perdition. So bring Road to Perdition into History of Violence's world, right? That's how this is working.
Yeah.
And then pretty much have both of them team up and go after each other, help each other out, and take out the baddies and protect their families and defeat Snowpiercer, because nobody wants that future.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want a future
Let's
where I'm
defeat
stuck on an
Snowpiercer.
arc and I'm being fed.
And it's just like Arctic, like nuclear winter everywhere.
Yeah. Because remember,
No, thank you.
So you're being fed people.
no, you're not.
Actually not.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. I won't tell you what you're being fed. Can I just tell him?
Yeah. 'Cause
Spoilers.
Am I gonna see it? Really? What's the
Spoilers.
runtime on this?
It's
Probably less than Blade Runner.
Well, I ain't seen that shit really either.
I'm giving him the look.
That was
You
such
can keep breaking your neck with that look. It's not gonna change nothing. You're about to fall over.
About to fall asleep with this eye roll.
It's 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Jesus, it's longer than 2
I
hours.
ain't watching that shit. Tell
Yeah,
me,
it's
what are they eating?
roaches.
Roaches?
Yeah.
That's it? That's like the
They-
secret?
Essentially, they're feeding them like protein bars.
Doesn't
Like
matter,
they tell
roaches.
them it's bars and they don't tell them what it is.
And
And
then
then
roaches
as
they into it like a paste or
yeah,
Yeah. Like
That
a
ain't so
little
bad.
But I mean, it's still good for you.
It could
Yeah.
be rat poop.
yeah, it probably
And I
does
think
have.
it
rat
could be
poop.
The other
human
people
poop.
in this movie is Octavia Spencer, Tilda
Yes.
Swinton,
Yes.
Ed Harris again.
Yes, it has an amazing cast.
Yeah, the
really
cast is
good
really
cast.
good.
Like the kid
good
who
movie.
plays
It's a
his
good
best
movie.
friend, who's also in what's that other movie with Christian
Haydenson.
Haydenson. Oh man, I can't remember that kid's name.
Hayden Christensen?
Thank you, Hayden Christensen. I know.
What the hell
Yeah,
are you
it's the
doing?
other way around.
They're all these, young white boys with the backwards
No.
first last names are the same.
No.
Fine, I was wrong. I don't know.
The kid was Anakin, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yes.
How
exactly.
the hell do you not remember that?
I know. I'm wearing the Star
Exactly.
Wars cap.
We drink to forget.
Oh yeah. Anyways, that he had a movie called. He had a movie where he has powers. The one where they teleport, and the dude that's his best friend.
Jumper?
Jumpers. Yeah.
The one that should have had a sequel that didn't.
Yeah. Jumpers was actually pretty good.
Jumper. You know what should have had a sequel too? I Am Number 4.
Oh, I never saw it. Was it good?
Oh, dude, I love that movie.
Did you ever? You should
It
read the
just-
books then, because
Yes.
it's a book series.
It's a YA novel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Anyways, yeah. So in any case, the kid that's in Snowpiercer is really good. The best friend that's there with Chris Evans. All that to say that I don't remember this kid's name. I'll give it to you guys next week. It'll be the note at the top of the show.
You tried.
That was wow.
That was a long run.
I know. Okay, so that's a DDD this week, kids. Thank you. This is the fun of the show. Sometimes it's just a mess at the beginning, and we're okay with that. But yeah, so for all of you guys tuned in to the live stream, thank you for tuning in on our Facebook, which is once again facebook.com/Franklin Armstrong DOTCOM. If you guys are listening to this on the Friday or on the Monday and on YouTube or on Friday on the podcast, you can always go to our Facebook and watch these clips from the beginning where we do this whole segment, and you'll see how fly skinny looks, and you'll see how my geekness is flossing and JawzD in his awesome red shirt. I mean, I don't know what that was, but yeah, you'll see the faces that we make at each other when we're laughing all the time. Tobi,
And
unfortunately,
you will hear my voice.
exactly, you'll hear
in the
Tobi's voice, but unfortunately, you won't get to see him. We'll figure that out one day because there has to be a way to cut you in.
2018, we're doing it.
Yeah.
2019, Toby's face. It's gonna happen.
Just have a poster of my face.
Exactly.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to be going into our View the Right Thing right now. So, guys, continue. If you're listening to this on the live stream, head over to franklinarmstrong.com/live because that's where we will be at right now. And, yeah. So, View the Right Thing segment is where we kind of review shows and movies that we are currently watching. Skinny is starting us off this week with Arrow.
Yeah, Doppelganger. Last Thursday's episode, that was episode 15 in the season of probably 22 or 23 episodes.
Yeah.
Season 6, been a rough start. Been a rough start. I'm not gonna lie, hasn't been great. I'm not gonna lie. I swear they got that bitch Laurel off the show, and how she's still on the show.
So, I heard...
She's like unemployed or something, or nobody wants to work with Cassidy.
my
'cause
partner
this
told me
chick
that-
won't go away.
Yeah, my partner told me she keeps wanting to come back.
She was trying to be a guest star. She first quit,
Exactly.
got killed off,
Yeah.
quit, then was a guest star, got superpowers, got to be a bad person,
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, she's just in season 6.
Yeah,
and
she's just a regular now, right?
And you're like, word? Like, you're here? Okay. So then they get to this whole arc where they disband the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
But then the bitch is still here. Like, she blew out Vigilante's brains. The new Black Canary, who sucks.
Oh, really?
Don't like the new Black Canary. Sorry, I found my
No,
pee.
that's okay.
Sorry. Do not like the Black Canary. Dinah, you kind of suck. I'm not down with you. You're just kind of You know.
What's her last name? It's not Dinah Lance, though.
No, it's Dinah. She has the name of the first Black Canary from the DC
original.
comic. The original.
Okay, yeah.
Dinah Drake.
Okay.
So she's Dinah Drake. Her Black Canary, who actually has the meta powers. It's not like a thing that the other one has. She actually has the meta powers. She sucks.
Yeah.
Her hair is wrong, and I'm not trying to be like mean or something. Girls don't come at me on my Twitter because I already had that happen today when I made comments about noses and animal ears and shit. Which y'all need to stop using them filters. I'm just anyway. Like come at me, but don't come at me. And like the bump. You remember the bump? You remember when you take the bangs and you throw them back here? And
Yes,
it's like 2010. Yeah, that's her whole disguise. She throws a mask on, puts on like an armored t-shirt, and takes her bangs that are in her face and does this and calls herself Black Canary.
Does she at least wear a mask?
Yeah, but it's just like...
Yeah, you still look the same.
You're still the same girl.
I always loved that about like Robin. Whenever Batman had a Robin, I'd be like, you're telling me this kid just covering his eyes
and that's it.
Is the only thing that you can't figure out who he is?
So
anyways.
Forget her. She's trash. She has her own little team with Mr. Terrific and Wild Dog.
I'm pissed that Mr. Terrific went to her team.
Last week, Oliver, when they tried to do their own civil war with them going against Oliver's team to protect like Laurel.
Yeah.
Oliver fucks up Wild Dog. Like ruptures some wound and he's bleeding out the mouth. He's out of here for a bit. So then this week, Laurel comes back. She goes to the press and she says like, hey, I'm the original Laurel Lance and I've been alive this entire time. And niggas just believe that shit.
What?
Yeah. So you're kind of like, you guys use the most useless, oldest TV trope of I faked my death or something was wrong or they kept me captive.
My twin sister.
And then you actually used it. But
what about the dad? Isn't the dad there like...
No, but he's in it. He's not in on it, but like he wants her to try to reform. He actually thinks she's trying to get better. She ain't trying to get better.
Yeah, she's just trying
They
to
show at the
more.
end that she's definitely screwing them over. And she's telling Oliver, like, Oliver, I really want to try. And he's like, well, okay, Laurel, I trust you. I was like, no, nigga, like, are you stupid?
No, nigga,
don't do that.
Skinny is livid.
Please stop doing that. The best. I said this episode was good because for what it came with, which it wasn't the usual feuding with the old team.
Yeah.
Like you actually felt like this guy that they're going after. Cannot remember his name just for the life of me. Ricardo Diaz.
Okay.
Do you actually feel like, hey, Diaz is a badass?
Yeah.
He's leading his own kind of like Foot Clan / mercenary group, whatever. They captured Roy. They're beating the piss out of Roy.
Oh.
This guy has all the cops corrupted even more so than last season.
Oh, damn.
Under his thing. That's why he can get away with everything. And then Speedy comes back. Speedy comes back to save Roy, which is his sister.
Yeah,
Thea.
Thea.
Yeah, Thea comes back, and it actually feels like, oh, okay, this is good. Heavy on the action, really good, to the point. We have a thing to do here, whatever. Dinah's like, just this one time, I want to get on this. And Oliver's like, listen, like, you don't trust me, I don't trust you. I'd rather be short on the field than to have your slimy ass with me. So you can just get out of here.
And this is the good Dinah. This is the Dinah Drake.
Yeah, this is Dinah Drake.
Sorry.
This is the good one.
Because Laurel Lance is...
she's still evil one.
Yeah.
So you're thinking Laurel's probably going to maybe try to be Black Canary again. I want Cassidy out of here. I want that Black Canary out of here.
Recast the whole show.
maybe bring back Speedy, but like so far the best people on the show, and it's weird because this version of Olicity isn't so much that. They don't throw it in your face.
Oh, good.
You forget they're together.
Oh, good. Okay.
Like they don't even have moments where they're whatever. Like,
I might give it a chance.
You had one moment where she actually hugged him and you're like, oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, are you guys married or something?
Yeah.
I don't even know. And then you just don't care because that's it. She gives him a pep talk, kisses him, and leaves.
I heard he has a son though.
Oh, the son hasn't been around in like 2 episodes because I think people are trying to phase him out too. Like,
how are you going to get rid of the son? Where is this kid going to...
And this is nothing to... You know how hipster kids have this way of talking where they sound like they're on that team, but they're not?
Yeah.
But they're... So, like, this kid's like 12, and he talks like that, and you're like, you're like, you're like 10.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Don't.
But and he's not even Connor. It's William.
Yeah.
So it's not Connor who is in the comic book as his son.
It's William who he's gonna die by the end of the season. he's expendable.
You're
for
gonna
sure.
die.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
this Ricardo Diaz guy seems like he's willing to go to many lengths to get rid of Oliver, and he's calling everybody by their first names. How's Thea? How's this person?
Oh.
Yeah, he knows it like that, and it's like episode 15.
How does he know so? Oh yeah,
He a badass.
Yeah, okay.
So you're like, okay.
He's just that connected.
If you haven't found the son yet, you're going to.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
gonna kill him.
Damn.
And that's.
So he's a better villain than Damien Dark.
I'm not saying that either.
Oh no, okay.
Damien Dark had charisma. This guy just seems like, listen, we have nobody else. We need to put you here because these idiots after this episode, and as they sound like they're getting to a good point, where like, okay, maybe it's just gonna be like street baddies every week. They just fight some more like dire craziness, whatever.
More season 1 style.
More season 1 style. But then it goes right after Laurel's like, okay, Oliver, I'm gonna try, and then he leaves, and she's just like, yeah. I think they trust me, and like it's Diaz on the phone. Right after that, you see some ninja from Thea's window looking in, and she's like, "Yes, I found the heir to the what's it called? Ra's al Ghul's throne."
Oh yeah, because she's
So I'm kind of like, now you guys are bringing back them, and it's
but the heir to the Ra's al Ghul, Merlin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
not even like Talia and.
What I'm saying, so you're really taking that crew, which is very much a Batman thing.
Yeah.
You're already being accused of being a Batman thing.
Yeah, you already got rid of it,
and you got rid of the Batman thing.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna bring that back and the Bad Black Canary, and it's just like, guys.
Because I thought one of the things about Arrow that really, we've said it before, the fact that they're just essentially Flash is Superman and Arrow is Batman.
Yeah.
It's the dichotomy of the light and the dark.
Yeah.
The Arrow side of things, I really thought they were trying to get rid of the Batman comparison and move forward. And based on what everyone's been telling me, it seems so. But doing so meant getting rid of all the Ra's al Ghul stuff.
Yeah.
Like making him a billionaire and stuff like that, that's fine. But he doesn't have any orphan kids around him. He actually has his family.
Yeah.
Like he's actually developing quite a bit differently from Bruce.
Oliver's actually quite broke right now.
Yeah, I heard
He ain't doing too good for money, and he lost like $70 million for the city.
Yeah.
He didn't do it. He's like a mayor that they're trying to out. Like, they're trying to get him out of here. So he ain't too good.
I just don't understand
Good
how
superhero, bad mayor.
That
Bad fiscal policies.
That should be whoever runs against him. Great superhero.
The main bad guy.
Bad mayor.
The main bad guy should do that. Great superhero, bad mayor.
Well, he can't.
It's
keep
not
being the mayor.
fiscally responsible. Vote for me. I'm evil. Vote for me.
I'm the one that stole all the money.
I control most of the police force. I know what I'm doing. just air out his own dirty laundry and just win the race.
That would be amazing.
Win this race, yeah.
That would be amazing.
No,
I already
so
own the police.
he can't be mayor anymore after this season. If there's a season 7,
My thing is, doesn't everyone know he's Green Arrow at this point? Like, doesn't it
I'm
come
looking
out?
at it. Thea, who he told to leave, like this is the best way to get Thea out of the show because there's rumors that she wants to leave, which is why
don't
she was
blame her.
in a coma for like half of the beginning of the season, right? So he's just like, listen, you say you can't live without Roy, just go with him. She's like, where? He's like, I don't know, just leave. Like, I'm talking about.
Wait, Thea and Roy were a couple?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a bit.
I forgot. Dude, I haven't watched the
He's
show in
like,
so long.
the whole reason why she actually took up being Speedy is because he got hurt or something, so she just started doing it to save people, and then he's like, yeah, so, but Roy, I don't think Roy knew she was doing it.
Okay.
So when he saw it, he's like, is that my gear? And she didn't say nothing or whatever. But, yeah, so Oliver's just like, yeah, just leave. Like, whatever. And then, yeah.
I could see that actress wanting to leave, though. I mean, I could see all of them wanting to leave. Like, the show, you could only tell the story without repetition for so long when it comes to
6
superhero.
seasons, I see it going to 7, maybe 8. And then deading it there because
it's gonna get stale for the actors at some point.
Yeah.
And like Smallville went to 10, but Smallville was pushing it after that, and really,
and also Smallville moved them to Metropolis from Smallville at one point.
He's always been in Star City. Actually, no, he could just go to Seattle one year and just peace out. But I just don't see what villains or who he's gonna face up against or do. They've done it all. Like, he's been mayor.
Yeah.
He's been rich. They took his money. They killed his mom. They killed everybody around him.
Yeah.
You know, like Deathstroke. They really screwed them with taking away Deathstroke.
Yeah, because I heard they had and the Suicide Squad. The
Yeah.
2 times that they had really solid stories that they were gonna
They
do.
took it away.
Is Black Claw still around, or he's part of Suicide
He was
Squad?
part of, but they took him away.
Oh, that's too bad. Because
Yeah.
that's Michael J. White.
Yeah, they had a pretty good Deadshot too.
They had
Yeah,
a great
that's-
Deadshot.
that's
That whole story
credibility.
with him and it was good, but they took that away.
Yeah, that's the thing. The CW suffers from DCEU syndrome. Like, anytime DCEU
Whoa.
gets their ego big enough, go Tobes.
I was gonna say, if you have a comic book character being developed at WB, just warn a brother to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
True.
It's
that.
true. It's true.
Terrible.
Now you want to see a show doing it properly? This 100th episode of Shield that just happened.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Fire! Like, ooh, wow, it was good.
I'm very excited.
And the way that they they re-rendezvoused with the rest of Shield in a way,
Oh yeah.
and like someone that you were like, hey, what just happened to that guy? Comes back,
Oh, good.
and then you're like, yeah,
That's dope. That's dope.
They just, I'm not gonna give away
No, that's fair.
the big piece, but like Deathlock comes back,
Oh, yay! The same actor.
same actor.
Yes.
So you're just
yeah,
like,
because he disappeared after season 1.
no, it turns out he's been just running around rogue, like just helping mad people, being like,
Oh,
hey,
that's
whatever.
so cool.
And then like, yeah, but like he just kind of like he's been gathering the rest of Shield,
Yeah.
people, and then just brought them back, and then yeah, Deathlock.
Yo,
I
that's
don't know
dope.
how long he's back for because he's
Yeah.
just like I work solo, which makes sense because
Yeah.
he's Deathlock. But
I would love if they did.
There's
Sorry, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say there's an article actually I read recently on CBR that said the headline was Marvel's Agents of Shield never needed the MCU.
Yeah, probably not.
no, I didn't.
I mean, they probably. I mean, they pretty much for any time that they had to force the connection, it wasn't good for the show.
Exactly.
Like the Thor: The Dark World and the Agents of Shield.
It was good to intro the show,
Yes.
right? But
Yeah.
as far as like
Winter
the show
Soldier.
needing it for the show has its own legs. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the only thing I'm worried about with, like, just to go back to Arrow, the one thing I hope they don't do in the series is bring in that. I've been hearing that there was this what was it called? This script floating around called Supermax, and basically it's Green Arrow gets framed for a crime he didn't commit, gets sent to jail, and then he has to, with all these B-list bad guys, break out of jail, find out who framed him, etc., etc. So this is a script that's been floating around in Hollywood for like years and years and years and years and years, and
And they want to make a movie?
they were trying to, but they're like, superhero movies aren't big now.
He's being
Superheroes aren't
framed
big.
in the show right now.
But they already
So-
made that movie with Arnold and Sylvester.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was originally supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's saying,
Like-
what if it goes to like a
There's a
season
sequel
script?
for that movie coming out.
There's a sequel for the Arnold and Sylvester movie?
The prison one,
The
right?
prison,
With
yeah.
50 Cent- With 50 Cent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or he's the tech guy.
Yeah,
There's a
50
sequel
as the
plan.
tech guy.
This guy's hilarious.
Sorry.
Escape plan.
Escape plan.
I'll find you an exit.
Yeah, 50 Cent typing on a computer looks so fake.
Swole on a computer like that.
As if you've ever used a computer, 50. Get out of here.
He sure has.
He's used a smartphone. He's not sitting there doing tech support and saving people's lives. Come on now.
With
He's
glasses.
just trying to expand. He's just trying to expand his acting.
100. I 100% agree. And don't get me wrong. We always talk about how you don't want people always playing to type, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't want 50
yeah,
only
he's-
playing the thug. I respect it.
Exactly.
pimp.
He's easily the thug in almost every movie.
Exactly.
So you kinda-
For sure.
But it's just, maybe do the Ice Cube thing of playing a cop first before playing the tech guy.
Well, he was too
in,
ice.
You know what? That's probably the last character he'd play. to be
Yeah, he
honest.
probably doesn't
I
want to
think-
play a cop.
I
this
think
year.
the street. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I'm just saying, out of all the characters, 50 Cent as the tech guy, when I was watching that movie, all I remember thinking is, what the fuck are you doing?
Did you do his laugh from Entourage when he sees Turtle?
No.
He just- and it just drives off.
Yeah.
Well, I need to see this.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a good clip.
Escape Plan. Yeah, that. Yeah.
That clip is really good.
Oh,
But
God.
I'm just saying, I hope
Supermax,
they
that
don't
sounds
blow
ridiculous.
that
No, I don't
script, that idea on that show.
I hope they would not. I'm still worried as to where the show's gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm not as worried about I'm not worried for Shield no more, and I'm more worried for Arrow. Shield being on a Friday, they just killed it. So
Is it dead?
No,
It's not canceled yet.
no.
but
I'm just saying
it's-
they just killed it with that 100th episode. So
Oh,
if they-
good.
so if
Okay.
they don't just put him somewhere properly, then we're gonna have some problems with ABC. His hearing went,
Yeah. Go ahead.
and yeah. So you asked for catching up with
Archer.
Archer.
Fighting the Clock. So Archer was on Netflix, all 8 seasons. And so I'm like, I'm 2 seasons behind. I'll be good. And then lo and behold, they're like, Archer's leaving on March 14th. That's today. So I have 3 episodes left of the 8th season to watch.
Is it when they say
Wait.
when
They're
they
taking it off of Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they say the show's leaving, does it really disappear at midnight? Like,
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, because it might already be gone.
No,
Show-
actually,
shows-
it does. It does. Whenever they're releasing a film and it's released right at midnight, so I feel it'd be the same for.
Yeah, because
Sometimes it takes a while to
That's right,
load for
that's
me
right,
though,
yeah.
and I don't get it till like 4 in the morning. So I'm hoping I got at least a little bit before I can watch a Marcher.
because I checked this morning and it was still there.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, good. So hopefully,
And you're sure this is Netflix Canada? Because
Hey.
Netflix Canada, when Doctor Who got pulled from Netflix, it was actually Netflix US that
Oh,
they
okay.
pulled
So
at the
maybe
time.
I could be wrong,
Fingers crossed.
but
hopefully.
but like of all the things that are leaving,
Yeah.
you
Now,
don't want to take a chance.
I did hear that Archer was leaving Netflix, but I didn't really pay attention because it was like background random information for something else that I was paying attention to.
Right.
And then because when you just said it now, I was just like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, actually, I did hear. But I heard it. Oh, I was reading something about how Hulu is trying to get more shows
Right.
to move over. Hulu is out there poaching straight from Netflix,
Because
man.
I'm thinking that it's going off of Netflix because of
The new apps.
FX. Yeah, FX is specific because it's an FX show, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
probably they're like, okay, we're gonna take that and then also bring out the 9th season, which is happening next week. So I'm just catching up.
I ain't paying for any more of them shits.
I know.
Yeah,
I pay my
exactly.
$11.99. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Well, I do have Bell, so I could just five it and like PVR it and stuff if I remember to record it.
I 5-figure
Oh,
download it.
Yeah, if I actually remember to
As
do
long as the
that.
torrent's alive, I'm using that shit. I don't care.
I'm just trying not to
They
get
be
caught.
sending me email after email like, listen, they be calling us telling us that you be downloading Legends of Tomorrow.
I'm trying not to get caught. That's all.
Man,
I got like I
you know how
have
many Sweden servers they got out there with like tons of shit? I ain't worried about my little 2 gigs of ting, dog. I'll delete it and be like, what do you mean? I ain't got nothing.
So what was it? So basically, the 7th season is the gang moves to LA and they open up their own agency.
This is after Vice?
Yeah, this is after Vice.
Okay, I can watch
So basically,
Oh, Vice was a good season.
yeah. So basically, they screwed the pooch so hard that the CIA blacklists them.
Oh yes, I did see this season. Yeah.
So they had to like straight up move to a completely different area.
Yeah.
And so they go to LA and they decide to become investigators, private investigators.
PIs.
But the only person that is licensed to be one and has all the things locked and everything is Figgis. So it's called Figgis Agency. And his name big right there, and he's trying to be the new boss, but everyone's constantly undermining him because he's Cyril Figgis.
Exactly. I was gonna say no one respects Figgis out there. Cyril's an idiot. Every time he does something, I'm just like, I like you because you're funny, but you're such an ass. Get out of the way.
And
He's had some pretty like outrageous moments though, where he's taken charge.
yeah. And so the 8th season is called Archer Dreamland.
Yes.
And it takes place in the 1930s and has a film noir kind of detective deal going on with it.
the characters are so funny.
And it's one of those things where the creator or the showrunner specifically, he's always like, I'm trying to find different things to do with
Different
these
stories,
characters
yeah.
because he's just like, I've been writing them. He's almost writing them for 10 years.
Yeah.
So
that's
his
great,
original
really.
show that he had, if I remember right, was Frisky Dingo, and that was two seasons.
Yeah.
Frisky Dingo
And-
is so funny.
Was it?
Oh my
It's
God.
it's
it looked
funny.
weird, though,
It's
to
funny.
me. It is.
I didn't like it too much, but I feel like it would have fared better after Iron Man came out. After Tony
yeah.
Stark playing Iron
Yeah,
Man came
yeah,
out,
I could see
then
that.
people would have totally dug that show way more.
Yeah.
Because basically he's like a billionaire. In Frisky Dingo, the main character is a billionaire, kind of jerk person. He runs his own team of cyborgs called the Externals, and he has his own suit and
Isn't
stuff.
he a cyborg himself?
No, I don't think so.
But he
The main guy, he has his own suit, but I don't think he's a cyborg.
Show me Frisky Dingo, because I remember that show looking weird and me
There's-
being like, nah.
There's
man.
the main bad guy's called Killface.
Yeah.
And so he's
Isn't the show mostly from Killface's perspective?
kinda
Yeah.
So
because
that's
that's the
silver
second
thing?
season. I feel.
Oh, okay. With
Just-
his kid, yeah.
Yeah. So like the first season, Killface is like, oh, you have to give me a bunch of money before I rocket the world into the sun and blah blah blah. And then the second season, like he actually completes his mission. He actually rockets the Earth, but the rocket doesn't work 100%, and it kind of shifts the Earth a little bit, like just a bit away from the sun, and.
What?
Because of that, in the second season, he's like this big celebrity, he's this big hero, Killface, Murderface, I think his name. Like, no, shoot. It's because I'm mixing up one of the characters from, what was it called?
Who's this guy? The white dude with the thing.
Yeah, Killface.
Killface.
Yeah,
Killface.
so that's
because
who I saw, and
Murderface
I'm
is
like,
from
yeah,
another
this is
character.
madness.
So, what ends up happening, his rocket doesn't work, but it works in a way in his favor because he ends up solving global warming because he pushes the Earth away from the sun, and global warming is fixed. So all of a sudden, he's the new Xander Cruz is the name of the main character, and he's just a big jerk and asshole and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
he looks like Archer.
Yeah,
he's
pretty much.
Exactly
he's same voice actor too. John H. Benjamin.
I think
No, scroll down just for the proper name.
Oh, sorry.
You clicked on something.
Right.
I'm trying to pull up the
Killface, right? Because Murderface is from another show altogether.
But yeah, you're right. That is the actor.
Yeah. So Adam Reed is the creator of both of these shows, and like this one's funny, but I find Archer funnier. I don't know why. Just me in my head and how the jokes come at you.
Archer is funnier. I just think I think Frisky Dingo was actually really funny, and I don't feel like people gave it a chance.
Yeah.
Amber Nash, who plays Valerie on Frisky Dingo, is also on Archer. She plays the reception. What's her name?
Cheryl O'Carroll.
Yeah.
Cheryl/Carol, whatever you want.
Who's the?
That's receptionist.
Not
You're
her.
not my supervisor.
She's not that one. The blonde one, who's like
Pam.
Pam. She plays Pam.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Amber Nash is hilarious as Pam. Like Pam is one of the best characters.
Like at first in the first season,
crazy.
At first she's not that great of a character in the beginning, but then when she starts doing her own thing, she becomes like this.
When she starts doing coke.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that late.
Pretty much
that's
when
late.
she got funny though.
No,
she was.
Before that, we'd see like little spurts of it.
Exactly.
Where she was like,
but after she did coke for the first time, she turned
full tilt. She goes full tilt.
Because before that, she used to be a racer for the Yakuza. She was pit fighting. She had like tattoos on her back.
She was like, that's the thing.
We don't know all that till after she starts doing coke, right?
Well, she was tame. Like the whole thing was like her character is kind of like
she's the HR person that's telling everybody's business.
Yeah, like she's an ass, but she's like being held back a bit. But once the coke comes into play,
when does the coke come into play? Which season?
The coke comes into play.
As I feel it's more so.
They're still in New York at the time because it's the Yakuza storyline.
Like season 3,
okay.
or something like that.
Because I feel it's way more so like Vice. She's just eating coke.
Yeah, at one point she just starts eating cocaine. But I'm saying, like, when you find out that she was doing drugs and you find out her backstory, you're like, damn, Pam's life is crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically those are the 2 seasons I'm catching up on, and I find it pretty cool because like each character, like by this point you already know the deal with each character. So when they kind of shift them into a different thing, like one of the seasons they end up like again they're Archer Vice, where they're drug dealers, you know, from being a bunch of seasons of where doing spy stuff constantly. You kind of know, excuse me. You kind of know how all these characters click, how they work, their deals, their weirdness, their when they find out stuff about each other and they're like, what? Like about Cyril Figgis and his reduction. He's trying to get a reduction on himself.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what's the doctor's name who has
Krieger.
Krieger's
messed up.
Easily one of the best characters you could ever
His
create.
anime wife, fairy girlfriend.
Thank you.
That's the baddest shit
It's
I've ever
the
seen.
joke. It's so funny when she's like getting mad at
She
him
gets mad
and
and
shit.
cusses him out, and you don't understand what she's saying. And he's like,
It's so funny.
But like, and also like the references they make are just like a mile a minute, and then sometimes like literary like references. Sometimes like I remember like in the 7th season, like they're going into a hotel and they see a guy dressed up as a bellhop, so he's all red and he's got gold. And he's like, "Hey, Spiru, can you open up the door for us?" And I'm like, how does an American know about Spiru?
Yeah.
Like what? You're not expecting that to pop up anywhere.
No, but it's still gangster.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great for us, but it's just what's funny is it eventually, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that
I hate Looper sometimes, bro.
there's a whole bunch of stuff sometimes that the jokes are so crazy that we end up seeing them and like we're just like, what the hell's going on? And then you have to look it up. And I like knowing that the Americans have to do the same thing. Yeah. Because Spiru is one of those things that we'll get, but someone in the States is probably just like, what the hell is Spiru? What's a Spiru? What is
no, they won't
Spyro?
look it up. They won't
and
look
then
it up.
because I mean like Tintin and stuff, you know, like wow, that made it into a movie. But but yeah, like I just really like the show, and I'm always laughing out loud at some point. And watching Archer and his on again, off again girlfriend Lana Lang. played by Aisha Taylor.
Yeah.
So she's like, you know, the badass black girl that doesn't take crap from nobody and stuff. But then like everyone kind of dogs on her a little bit because she's got massive hands.
Yeah. And she's like
someone's trying to struggle opening up a walnut. She's like, yo, hand me that. And she grabs the walnut and just, here you go. And they're like, I don't want it anymore.
She's jokes. She's a joke of a character.
Who else is on the show? The woman that plays
the mom
mom from Arrested Development's on the show. And then the girl that plays the receptionist, she was also on Arrested Development too. She plays the mom in Jurassic World.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you see how tame and like normal she is in that. Like when you actually watch her in, like when you listen to her in this show, you're like, oh my goodness, the girl crazy. But yeah, it's definitely a good watch. The way I pitched it to my friends was, imagine if James Bond was an asshole.
Why'd you have to pitch Archer to your friends?
No, because I was just trying to get them to watch the first episode. But sometimes they spring episodes on me, and I'd be like, fine, I'm watching this, and I don't want to. Yeah. And I was like, okay, my turn. And they're like, oh, we don't want to watch it. And he's like, no. Imagine if James Bond was an asshole. And they're like, but he is. I'm like, no. Not without reason. Not without reason.
They've never seen Archer?
No, this is when the show first came out.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to be like, right now, what are you doing?
Yeah. And so basically it was just to make sure they got into that, and they really dug it, and I was very happy about that. So, yeah.
Highly recommended. Archer, we all say it. We've all said it. I mean, that's one of those shows that you should definitely check out, FXX. Because it got moved over. One of the unfortunate things, though, Deadpool being produced by Steven and Donald Glover, Charles Gambino, that we were hoping for, the Deadpool animated series that was supposed to be teamed up with Archer Season 9 on FFX, only started production in January. So it's not going to happen in the end for those of you who are waiting for that. If you want more information on that, you can check it out. We posted an article on franklinarmstrong.com about it.
I can hold on that.
So,
I know, yeah.
So now we know why Robin season came out so fast.
Yeah.
Something had to hurt.
Which has been amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Have you seen the 2 episodes?
Of course I have.
I have not.
The shoe store?
Forget the shoe store. The shoe store is great.
Dude.
Because dude just left.
He just looks
Sir,
at
Sir,
can I help you?
He's just looking at him like... It's like, the guy got so mad.
Oh my god!
And then when he's like, "You're listening to Paperboy on GME radio," and the guy's like, "Okay, give him more pizzazz." He's like, "You're listening to Paperboy."
That's recent. I thought that was an older episode.
No,
that
that's
happened.
Brand new.
I thought that was older.
And then
older.
And then Earl's looking at him doing it, and I love how the show is just so quick. Where like Earl's staring, and all the white people are staring at him, and then he just does this, and then right away, I'm like, that's just beautiful.
Yeah,
how that was filmed and done with this, like the phone ringing right away, and then the guy popping out of nowhere, like right. Go back and look at it. Literally, he turns, and there's a dude that just pops out from a corner. That literally, Earl's here. This guy just pops out from this corner, just walks away, and you're like, where did you come from?
Yeah.
I think one of my
Atlanta Robin season has been.
I think
the shootout in the first episode.
Unbelievable.
I was gonna say I think one of my.
I still honestly haven't gotten past episode 4 of the first season.
Oh wow!
Terrible.
Because you didn't like it, or you just didn't have time.
No, I like it. I just keep forgetting.
Episode 4 is the one with the dog range, so that's a hard one too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like I was gonna say, one of my favorite jokes is like a throwaway line. And if you're not paying attention, it comes back at the end when they go to the club and he's trying to get his money back.
Yeah.
And someone's like, "Yo, doesn't that dude have like an invisible car or something?"
Oh yeah.
That is like that's what
like
that's
the setups are so.
That's
good.
why I show everyone the club episode first. People talk about the Montague episode, and I was like, yeah.
But that's
club,
too much. That's too much.
The club episode is a perfect. You see how serious and weird. You're like, oh, this is just another one of those like black shows. But then it has the invisible car, and you're just like, wait, what? And you're like, yes, exactly.
Like,
that's
real.
Why.
Oh my god.
The invisible car and the whole secret door in the club.
Yes,
is the
that
two
was
things
dope.
about that.
Someone online made this weird GIF where it was like play this 8-bit. Well, it's not an 8-bit game. It's just a GIF, but it's just like get your money back from the promoter. Atlanta, and you're just walking around the club, and then you just like get distracted. Wait, what? And then the guy goes by the wall, flips around, turns around. Yo, where did the dude go?
It was so good. So good. But yeah, so Donald Glover, I guess, like we said, was busy making Atlanta Robin season 2, so the Deadpool thing got pushed back a little bit. So unfortunately, it's not going to be delivered with Archer as we were hoping for. But you know, it's still going to be interesting. I mean, a Deadpool series would be super dope. Animated series. I mean, on FX though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like Archer's pretty gory when it comes to
you can
like
do what
various
you want.
things it does.
That's a network you want Deadpool on.
I see it just being another Archer.
Yay.
I mean,
Why
I did
not?
say that to you that teamed
Yeah.
up they would be good. That's because I do see it having similar.
Because they did the whole like cross promotion with what was it, Kingsman?
yeah,
With Eggsy
yes.
coming in and
Yeah.
jumping around, and
That
all of a
was
sudden
pretty funny.
Archer's in the place, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing here?" And they outdrink him.
So we'll have to see. I watched Jessica Jones season 2.
I'm on episode 9, 8.
Tobi, did you watch it?
I watched episode 1.
Flip mode.
Oh yeah, because you don't like it. That's true. That's true.
I
That's
don't
true.
like it.
Yeah, remember he
I
said he
just-
didn't like it.
I don't like the pace and the way it looks, and the wizard. Didn't that look terrible to you guys?
Wizard's Speed?
Like Speed, yeah.
No,
I mean,
it looks
that's-
like a character that would whiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was alright.
He whiz around. Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
because it's
It's like a
short
roach.
burst.
It's like
Yeah,
roach
yeah,
movement.
Yeah.
It's like roach movement. Yeah, I messed with it.
Exactly. I'd still watch the rest of it, but honestly, yeah, you already know my take on
Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
I'm not gonna go into-
I'm going in with the bias already.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till you guys have all seen it to go into more detail, but I would recommend it.
Just a quick correction: the show with Murderface is Metalocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hated that one. Did
Yeah,
not mess with that.
It's
show.
hard to watch because it's just so gory.
Gory, yeah, that's why I was like, mess.
But that's the whole point of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's metal.
So for Jessica Jones, I would tell people like give it a chance. I think
Did
season.
you finish the season?
Yeah, I binge raced it. I watched the full season in 24 hours.
See, that didn't. If I know I'm not doing that, and it's like the Thursday after, and I haven't watched the whole
That's
show.
just a week.
Yeah, that's when you know that it wasn't.
You didn't like it?
Not that I didn't like it, but I'm like kind of.
I mean, for me, this season was a little different because season 1 with the whole Purple Man storyline and like that, you seeing the similarities between what Jessica went through and what that girl was going through, and Jessica trying to redeem herself for all the things that she felt she had done wrong, and Luke Cage being thrown in made it super interesting.
Yeah.
But season 2 obviously doesn't have the same characters.
What the hell is Jerry doing?
Jerry. Yeah,
Patty is acting like a wild ass.
yeah. Jerry's B story is a little dark, but it has a great payoff at the end.
Okay, good.
So
What's
Jerry
going on
has
with
a
Patty Mayonnaise and her inhaler? Because the bitch needs to stop.
So Trish
Can you also tell me at what point? Because I watched the show and I
Yeah.
didn't fall asleep. When the hell did she sleep with the black dude? Because at one point they're hanging out, then
Yeah.
next point his shirt's off, and he's like, one night stand. I'm like, nigga, what? When did you?
Yeah,
How
she-
did you? What? And then she goes, and then he
This-
starts like, oh, be real with me because I used to be an addict, and you're like, okay, this is getting too much.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, first of all, one of the things is Jessica tells Trish, "Oh, he has a crush on you," which I feel like someone who likes power,
Right.
like Trish does, will take advantage.
But
of
I'm not
that.
wrong. They didn't depict that scene. They didn't show them.
No,
that.
they don't show them having sex. They just show them like making out, and then the next morning.
So that must have been a short making out or either like came in and out of a weed nap because that was quick. I didn't see that at all, and I know what happened.
They showed them having dinner, then they showed them having breakfast. What happened in between it, we don't
Yeah,
know.
it was gone.
Come on, keep up with the uptick, man. Chop chop.
So far, I liked it, but the worst episode of the season to me is the flashback episode. Sorry, any spoilers, but there is going to be a flashback episode, mainly for Trish's horrible ass pop song.
Oh,
Which
God.
even for because Tobi as a producer, you know how they put these fake ass beats and pop songs in these shows that we watch just so they don't sound like something else, and they often sound bad because they're trying to fake it.
Yeah.
This sounds particularly bad because they tried to go with something original, and it's so shit.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Sucks.
It's
It's
not as
like-
good as Let's Go to the Mall.
Nah,
No.
it's at
Or
the beginning of the
sandcastles
episode.
in the sand.
No, it's at the beginning of the episode too. So you're just like, oh, I'm not watching this. Like, I was like,
He just turned you away.
It was 11 o'clock. I'm just like, I don't know.
It's so bad. And you know what's funny about that scene is like you see her in her like in the
Element.
outfit for that character, right? And then the next thing you see is these two greasy looking guys just smiling and geeking out at her singing this at a kid's party.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
and you're like,
That's a
wait,
good point.
what?
Yeah.
What's happening here? Like, why is she putting on a show for these two guys? And why are these two guys just like nerdy, like geeking out? And then you find out they're just like two gay dads who just
Had a
love
kids
her
party.
character and
Yeah.
have
See,
a kids party.
And the
So they
daughter-
kind of played with your sensitivities that way.
You think that's the thing? You think that's bad? Wait till you get to episode 7. You think that Patty and her singing the old Patsy song from when she was a kid at the kids' party was bad?
Oh yeah, because that's it. He hasn't seen the flashback.
Yeah. Wait until you get to the flashback. That shit gets gross. It gets really bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The show.
Oh. One thing I did notice in the first episode too, while we're still on the first episode.
Yeah.
Actually, hit me. I know you got this. Hit me.
Jessica Jones in the office.
Yeah.
Having people come in.
Yeah. Okay, you got it. Good.
To kind of
Smart
like
man.
pick what job she wants, and then someone mentioned lizard people.
Yeah.
Turning into humans.
Yeah.
And then Jay-Z, they got Jay-Z.
That's a crawl.
It's total Skrull reference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Skrull reference, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
good.
2%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got Jay-Z already. Yeah.
I'm not saying, that was smart how you guys did that. That's very smart.
So
how you
subtle.
did that. Smart.
I mean, yeah, so I would say I honestly there is a payoff for everything. It's just that this season is slower paced than last season, which is hard because last season was actually pretty slow paced compared to the other shows. But last season had a villain that was amazing. This season's villain is not as good. The payoff for the villain.
Beg to differ.
You feel the villain in this season's better? Well, you've only seen one episode this season.
I haven't seen the villain yet.
Yeah,
But your statement about a great villain in the first season is wrong, man.
That's Toby's argument.
No.
I didn't see the villain yet. Perfect.
No, Toby.
10 out of 10.
You will see and Wendell, you too, when you eventually get to it, when you're done saving the world. Toby, you will say out loud, "What the fuck?" when you find out who and what she's actually going up against. You will literally be like, "The fuck?"
Yeah.
And then the show's gonna end, and you're gonna be like, and then the episode right after that is the flashback episode. So you're gonna be annoyed, and then you're gonna be like, "Why?"
Yeah. Then you have to wait like a full episode for more.
Yeah. And then for the most bullshit answer at the end too.
Yeah, but once again, for me, Purple Man was definitely a better villain than. But I mean, I like Purple Man because I like the idea of someone who has that much power and that essentially no one could stop him.
They did it better in the cartoon show, I would say.
But how is he compared to Professor X in powers? Are they pretty much the same?
No, because his thing is like a chemical. Yeah, every 24 hours he has to be there. Whereas Professor X, it's
they had to add a weakness. I remember that now.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Professor X.
Otherwise, he's kind of too OP still, too, right?
Yeah, Professor X's thing is he can implant a thought into your mind and it just sticks with you, kind of like Inception style, like.
For good, pretty much.
Yeah, for good. Yeah. Like, from this
right.
moment on, because he does it in the movies. He tells what's her name, Thaggart, you don't remember any of this, and then she doesn't rember any of it forever.
And then he just brings it back. Oh yeah, you remember us now.
Because I know in the Avengers, was it Avengers Assemble?
Maybe.
No, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the good one.
One of the two.
The good, yeah. So there's like an episode where Vision is not on the planet Earth. He comes back, and all of a sudden, Purple Man takes over the whole planet.
Right.
Yeah. And he has these like boom boxes that
his message
shoots out his voice all over.
I do remember that episode.
So he can be powerful.
Yeah.
Provided that he's smart with it.
Except for Deaf Heroes.
R.I.P. that show.
I don't know who
that was the best animated Marvel thing they ever put out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have the X-Men. They're gonna do it, but nope.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jessica Jones. Give it a chance. The other show I wanted to talk about, this is a kind of view the right thing, not an anti-view the right thing, but do it for yourself the right thing, because I watched it and I'm not sure what my thoughts are on this. So the show...
Quick rundown.
Yeah.
Oh no, this show.
So the show is called Deception, and it stars this new dude, Jack Cutmore Scott, who plays Cameron Black, who's a magician
/ Jonathan Black.
Yeah, well, see, I didn't. I'll explain, because what it is.
Wait, isn't this The Mentalist?
Yeah,
isn't this The Mentalist?
Dude, it's Bones, it's Castle, it's The Mentalist, it's every show that you've ever had where you have cops who rely on
Castle.
These random ass motherfuckers on the street.
Castle.
Yeah, that's what I said. Bones, Castle,
okay, my
Mentalist,
bad.
All of them. They're all the same damn premise. You get random
Lucifer.
Yeah. You get people off the street who have no business being anywhere near police investigations, and then you just have them get them involved, and they're constantly being shot at, and you constantly have to try and protect them, and you don't save the day, and you don't get the villains because you're out here protecting dumbass who's not wearing a vest, running around the warehouse, and you're like, you're the reason the guy got away. I told you to stay in the car. Why would you handcuff me? I'm a magician. Of course I could take it off. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. Like,
and you're telling me to kind of watch this show?
I'm telling people to make an opinion for themselves, because that's the thing. I have a prejudice against it because I'm tired of shows like Castle, Bones, and stuff like that. But
so what is this guy's specialty?
Yeah, what's he doing?
His specialty is he's an illusionist.
Fuck out of here. Right from that.
Now you see
he's a magician.
Now you see me, the TV show.
Exactly. It's
essentially the TV procedural.
Yeah, it's a police procedural. He's a illusionist. So what it is at the beginning of the story, you find out that he has. So have you guys ever seen The Prestige?
Yes.
Yeah. So The Prestige is the one with Christian Bale, right? And he has
Batman versus
And
Wolverine.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna spoil The Prestige for any of you who haven't seen it, listening to the podcast. So up to you to decide if you don't want to.
Tesla.
But he has the twin brother, right? That's the thing. Jack has Cameron Black. All of his illusions, all of his tricks, he has a twin brother, Jonathan Black. So whenever he does these tricks and he disappears from one place and he reappears somewhere else, it's just been his twin brother. But people never knew Jonathan existed. So someone tries to set him up for a crime, and so the cops show up in Vegas, they arrest him, they show him a picture, they're like, "This is you." He's just like, and he stutters because he's like, the greatest illusion of my life has been my twin brother. So you see it in his face. He's like trying not to say it, but finally he's like, if I don't say anything, I'm getting arrested. So he's like, it's my brother. And they're like, a brother? And then the next scene is a like montage of the brother's court case.
Cancel that for 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
One thing I'll just like to talk about that's not about this show, specifically The Prestige. I like the fact that they spoil the whole thing for you at the beginning, but you're not paying attention to that.
I know. Yeah.
They have the trick right at the beginning, and they tell you about it.
Yeah.
And it's like the kid going, he killed his brother.
Yeah.
And it's like, we just spoiled it for you, but you don't know. Illusions.
I mean that.
So this show is pretty much should be called Magic Cop.
Yeah, in a way. Because what it is though, it's not that he uses magic to help them. He uses misdirection.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that they do in the episode is they kidnap the guy that the mobsters were going to meet with and replace him with him dressed up as the guy. And his makeup people are so good that he actually looks exactly like the guy.
He still has a crew of people. What are you helping the cops for?
Yeah.
Why are you helping the cops?
Because the person who helped the mobsters disappear is the same illusionist who set up his brother.
So we have an evil illusionist.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
This
That's
shows-
what.
No.
Yes.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it. It's so stupid.
Once again, the only police procedural with a guy who needed to not be there but should have been there that was good was Limitless. Because he was on the pills, he was hyper smart, and his storyline with the girl was actually super interesting because she was trying to investigate who else had been taking the drug, which you found out was her dad, and all that stuff.
And then they never continue. But you see, maybe he has a point and you have a point, but with these shows and with everyone, I hate you all because you're all coming from my superheroes and you're tired of superheroes and comics and what. So we're pulling out ideas out our ass.
Yeah.
Just to get it on TV.
And they're bad.
But but maybe we'll have like 5 years of this. And then Phase 4 will be long gone. And then we'll actually get some good original stuff back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because this is pretty not really.
This isn't original because it's a police procedural with a commoner being the partner to
But
the
they've
cop.
never done it with a musician. They've never done it with a
That's the elevator pitch. That's the elevator pitch right there.
Honestly, yeah, he's right.
It's
That is
like
the elevator pitch.
X, but with X.
Yeah.
That's why in the
get
90s
it.
you had a bunch of movies that were, it's Die Hard, but on a train.
Yes.
Die Hard, but on a speeding bus.
Yeah.
Die Hard, but on a other train.
I get it. Don't get me. I understand.
Boat, etc., etc.
I'm just telling you guys, like, that's why I'm saying for people to watch this for themselves, because I watched it and I thought, this isn't really well written, but it's also an ABC procedural. I don't expect it to be well written.
It's ABC.
I do want to point out that I did say that Limitless was good. Didn't get a chance to watch the rest of it.
The movie?
No, the show. Like,
Okay.
I remember I watched the first episode, and everyone was like, I don't like when we reviewed it.
Yeah.
And then
I liked the show.
I loved it.
I just thought it was
at
the beginning. I was worried about
before we saw it.
Yeah,
we were kind of hesitant on. We were like, why? But then, once you guys watched it,
because they had a good writer, and that's the thing. If your showrunner they had the showrunner from Justified, who was putting in these like really quick, snappy jokes. And and when you go from cable to network sometimes, and you get these guys who are really good writers in cable, and now you're like, okay, you can write, but you just make sure there's no swears. I could do that.
Yeah.
And it just makes them challenges them to write these stories and just kind of omit the overly sexual stuff and stuff like that. I mean, they still put in sex scenes and whatnot, but they got to figure out a way around some of the things that the censors might not like. And that's what you get. You get Limitless. You get a guy who worked well in cable and brought it over. Whereas the writer of this show, Chris Fedak, who worked on, and I feel like I've seen that name before, so I'm just gonna pull it up really quick. He's one of those guys who's worked on a lot of those procedural shows. He worked on Forever as a producer. He worked on Chuck. He worked on Legends of Tomorrow. He does a lot of Chuck Morgan's vlog. I don't know what that is, but yeah, he
did a lot of the good episodes of Legends too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Camelot, the Turncoat, Legion of Doom. Yeah, that's the thing. When Forever was not a bad show, it's just that it was a police procedural again. But a police procedural.
What's the rub?
With an immortal man.
What?
Yeah, because Forever is just that this guy is immortal. He can't die. Every time he dies, he wakes up in naked in a lake, and that's it.
Keeps going.
That's every time he dies, he wakes up and he's in the Hudson River or something, and he just walks out of the river and he's naked, and you're like, oh, okay, that's it. That's the whole thing. It's stupid. And that was a series, and it wasn't a great series.
How long was that on?
1 season.
That sounds like someone was trying to save their job.
Yeah, but that's it. Deception is probably, Skinny said it's probably going to get canceled after the 1 season. But I mean, when I watch it,
5 episodes.
5 episodes. Sorry,
Five
episodes. Yeah.
I'm holding it to
at least
5.
Vinnie Jones is in it.
I was gonna say the only saving grace for the show are some of the actors. So you have Lenora Kirschlow, who is the British actress from Being Human. She was the ghost on Being Human.
Okay.
She's actually a pretty good actress and pretty funny. You have the girl from Baywatch. How do you Ilfinish Hadera? I always mispronounce her name. Yeah, Afnish. I just say it backwards. Yeah. But yeah, so she's the girl that was on Baywatch. She was the Stephanie on Baywatch. She's also been on the show Billions. She played the receptionist. She's been on the Conviction, the show with Peggy Carter, and played the partner, her love interest.
Was the show with Peggy Carter canceled?
Yeah, Conviction is canceled.
She got canceled again?
Well, the actress on her show Conviction.
Yeah.
Not Peggy. What's the actress's real name?
I forgot
anyways. But she got canceled. That show got canceled after 1 season. I know, right? She got canceled from Peggy Carter, left to do this show, and then that got canceled.
On the same network.
Same network.
I'm idiots, man.
I know.
Why do you even do...
I know. Justin Chon, who plays the character Jordan Kwan, he's the kid from 21st Birthday, the one where they have that huge party at the guy's house, 21 and over. He's a good actor, and he's an interesting character. But yeah, Vinnie Jones is on the show, and Vinnie is playing the illusion creator. There's always if you watch the show, there's that guy.
He's the Alfred.
Yeah, he's the guy who creates
the Lucius Fox.
He's the one that creates the illusions for Cameron. And then
they gave him some rags for this show. That's why.
I don't doubt it. I'm sure he's Haley Atwell is the actress.
They play Peggy Carter.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. It's not horrible, but it's also not looking good. But
noted.
Once again, though, one of the things about television is lowest common denominator. Yeah. So Castle, Bones, not Forever, but this show, Deception. You're making a show that it applies to, and you're trying to win over the massive general 18 to 49 male female demo. So this show has enough of everything for everyone to do that.
Yeah,
you have an ambiguous looking female lead, could be Latina, could be black, you don't know. You have an Asian guy, a black girl. You have the Brit. You have the Illusions. You have.
So how far into the pilot? I was gonna say, how far into the pilot do they do the will they won't they deal?
No, so far they haven't.
Okay.
The girl pretends like she's never seen any of his magic,
right?
And he's constantly like, "You've never seen it," and meanwhile her partner is just like, "That's Cameron Black." He just keeps saying it over and over, which is so damn annoying. But yeah, by the end of the episode, she admits, "Oh, I've seen it. You're pretty good. Oh, by the way, this is the person that I think tricked, framed your brother."
Right.
You're like, cool. Okay.
So many of these types of shows, though.
Yeah, procedurals are bad. And
like Scorpion. It reminds me of Scorpion a bit too.
Oh god. At least Scorpion has a team, though.
Yeah, but Scorpion's a lot of those ones are kind of the same in the same vein too, right?
Yeah, I mean, all procedurals
what was
are
that show with Tiffany Amber Thiessen? That was also like a cop show.
Fastlane.
maybe. I don't
where
know.
Bill Bellamy and
Oh, I love that show.
Fastlane was actually pretty fun
Word.
because
Yeah.
dude, they had a warehouse and like unlimited money.
It's basically Miami Vice.
Yeah.
But like McG is the producer, and
Yeah.
they have a mad amount of money doing each episode was like $1
Unlimited.
million.
Yes. They had the idea of the show
That's-
was that they have unlimited money to do whatever
No,
they
but
have.
even in the show, like
I know, that's what
they
I'm saying.
canceled the show because it cost way too much. It was like produced like a movie.
Yeah.
Every episode.
Dude, they at one point every episode they show the warehouse, and the warehouse had every sports car you could think of just sitting there in the warehouse.
Oh, man,
and you're
it's
like,
such a
you
good
can't
show.
just rent out all these sports cars for the show every week.
I remember
man.
my favorite was like Bill Bellamy comes from New York and they get arrested and they go to like LA jail, and the guy is like, no, this is my hood, like we're gonna do, and they get into the holding pen, and it's all these buff dudes, and he's like, hey guys, what's up, West Side, and they drag him and they pull him in, but it's like, oh, you think he's gonna get beat up, and they're actually playing some like LA game where it's like they have a subject, and then they have to name 3 things and then name the name of the movie.
Oh, God.
it's so
In any
silly.
case, yeah, Tiffany Amber Thiessen did that procedural. That was a fun procedural.
That
but
was
it
fun.
cost
I
too
like
much.
that show. Yeah,
But that's the problem.
Miami Vice, but they had mad money in the budget.
Yeah, you can't make shows that cost that much because they all get. I mean, if that show had been on Fox, it would have gotten canceled.
It was on Fox.
It
No,
was on
wasn't-
Fox.
I thought it was on UPN.
I thought
Yeah.
I was
What
seeing it
that
on
other
Fox.
one
And
that was what was that other one that was a prison
Sorry, homie, you cut out. What was that other one that was what?
break spinoff?
Prison Break spinoff.
Oh,
I forgot
Oh,
the name.
Breakout Kings.
Breakout.
but that
Kings.
wasn't a spin-off of Prison Break.
That was a spinoff of
Yeah.
the other show there.
Sorry, not a spinoff, but it was kind of they live in the same reality, in the same.
Oh,
Universe.
really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
Yeah,
Breakout
they
Kings.
had 2 or 3 episodes and they tied the worlds together.
Oh, damn! I honestly never knew that.
Yeah.
Breakout Kings.
Yeah.
The lead guy for Breakout Kings is the one that's on iZombie now, who plays the cop,
The fat head guy.
the black guy.
Oh, the black guy.
Yeah, the black dude.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, iZombie, once again, a police procedural where the partner is a zombie.
Wasn't it- okay.
She's also
this one's
a-
based off
more-
a graphic novel. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
She's still doing the superhero thing in there too. Like, was she trying to?
No,
do
they
that?
changed it. The story now for iZombie is that the whole town knows about zombies and they've been walled off. Like Seattle has a wall around it and no one's allowed in or out. And they have like a a peacekeeping force that is watching over the city. Yeah, it's gotten really ridiculous.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't brought Chew over.
Who?
Chew. It's a graphic novel, kind of like
Oh,
a
yes.
procedural.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to do that, but
I mean,
Sure, it's in the works, bro.
yeah, probably. they're digging into everything. That's the whole thing. So yeah, that's the View the Right Thing, guys. Thank you guys for sticking with that long discussion on all those shows. But once again, Arrow worth checking out because it's kind of a weird show. But if you like superhero stuff, they're trying their best. Archer worth checking out. Jessica Jones, give it a whirl. And Deception, if you want to. I'm not fully recommending it, but I'm also not shitting on it. It's like it's what it is.
watch
It's-
Archer, do it.
Yeah, definitely.
What are
Watch
you waiting
Archer.
for?
So we're gonna hit you guys now with geek news and rumors.
I'm gonna jump over something that's not on the list.
Dun, dun, dun.
Rob Liefeld says all the reshoots Hobby de Habu Baba is just bullshit, and it is happening, but it's not for bad reasons.
Oh, okay.
But that's also Rob Liefeld.
For Deadpool.
All the
Yeah,
Deadpool
for
reshoots.
Deadpool too. Yeah, he's
How
saying.
would he know though?
I mean,
He created the character, but
yeah, I mean, he created all of them. Created Cable,
Yeah. X-Force.
Domino,
New
X-Force.
Mutants.
I mean, I guess
Okay.
they would kind of have to be.
yeah,
like,
he did have him on
hey,
set.
buddy,
That's fair.
you want to see your own movie? Kind of.
And he has his whole universe being released on Netflix soon, anyway, too, right?
Oh God.
And he's also, but like I remember before he called out a bunch of stuff that was going on in the industry before. So I don't know.
He's always.
He's
calling
not
out.
crazy.
Yeah.
He ain't crazy.
He ain't a crazy dude, and he still gets work. So that means he must be a nice person.
All right. So first, or should I say second on the Geek News docket.
Sorry.
So going into Avengers Infinity War, we don't know much about Thanos. And Josh Brolin just gave us a quick little hint as to what we're going to get in this. I guess it's supposed to be a 2-parter initially, right? This whole
It was
War
originally.
series?
It was originally.
Right. So I feel like it's still going to have that feel because we're going to get some backstory to Thanos in this one, actually.
Oh, okay.
So Josh Brolin told Entertainment Weekly, Thanos is different from his family. They're all Titans and they all look similar, but he was born deformed, and
Yeah.
you get to see how he grew up.
Yeah.
You get to see he was like the Quasimodo of his time, and it's he was a anomaly, he was a freak, and that pretty much that whole experience growing up lent to his apparent insanity. So you're actually going to be able to see and actually feel.
So they're taking.
But I thought that was part of his story. In
Yeah,
general. I remember they were saying there was something different about it.
They did a comic book recently where they did his origin story, and that's all part of that comic book. If they turn that
exactly, so from his statement now, it seems like we're gonna get a lot of that.
Ooh, yo, that comic book's amazing.
Because I also heard that they said you'll get young Thanos too, or something like that. I remember
Really?
seeing that flash up somewhere.
3-hour movie. They got time.
Is it 3 hours?
Yeah.
It's clocking
Yeah,
at
so
like
we're
3.
gonna see.
They got time.
Holy shit, dude! I'm telling you guys, if you guys want to read that story, I don't. Maybe it's called Thanos Origin or something. But honestly, look it up because that story is really good. Like the whole story about the way he gets into killing. Yo, that's messy.
The only thing I know is that they're changing is that he's not. His motivation isn't death in this universe.
Oh,
because obviously they don't have death there.
Sucks.
You don't have death there. You don't have
Sucks.
Deadpool to play off of him like get away from death. That's my thing. You know
They don't need
Yeah, but they didn't
I
want
mean,
to
but that's what
the original anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they shouldn't cut out death because that comic book, death plays a huge part.
It's gonna be Hera.
Death may not
Yeah.
play a huge part in this first part, but may come back in the next installment of Infinity
God,
War.
I
That's
hope
what
so.
that's what everyone was assuming. It's
Or it
probably
might
going to be Thor's
Hela
sister.
just dead and now she's dead.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh, that'd be
Hela
cool.
is straight up dead.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
no way she's not dead.
All right.
Okay. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Next up on there, we have Joaquin Phoenix in talks for the Joker origin movie.
Nope.
Ooh.
Nope.
What do you guys think of
He
that?
needs a Joaquin is up out of here.
It's funny. It's funny because he was just like, "Oh, I'm super happy that I didn't pick up anything for the MCU, that I turned down Doctor Strange." And it's like, okay, and then all of a sudden, yep, looking at this Joker thing over here.
Please don't.
Why? You
doesn't
did a rap
You
album.
don't,
nobody
you don't,
asked
you
for.
don't actually see it. I mean, he's a really good actor. I kind of see he can pull it off.
He could. I don't
We
want
said that
them
about
to,
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
We said that. We said that.
I didn't say that.
Hold on.
I give him the benefit of the
we
doubt,
said
but I
that.
was never an advocate.
We said that about Heath Ledger, and that man is dead.
Oh.
Damn,
I'm
son.
just saying.
I mean, how did you segue into that?
The only one that's alive is Jack, and he's like, you know what? I peaced out. I retired. I'm good.
But it has a good support system underneath it already, right? Director Todd Phillips. We have Martin Scorsese who's involved in some way.
Is he? Because
really?
no
Yeah,
one's
he is.
confirmed that, dude.
He
Every
is,
time
he is.
Where? I need the article.
It's okay. I'll send it to you.
They
Some
keep
variety
saying it
on
over and
NME.
over.
No, that's the thing. Everyone's saying Martin is tied to it, but no one has a direct quote from Martin saying, I'm working on this. They kept
a quote
saying,
or a source or anything.
yeah, everyone keeps saying, Martin Scorsese is rumored to be connected to this, and that's why Leo was maybe going to star in it. And I'm like, that's cool, but Martin Scorsese's not the type to just throw his name around like that. Like, he would have said, I'm working on this if he was down, and I haven't seen him officially. Todd Phillips is
I'm
just
hoping we will.
yeah, Todd Phillips has 100% said, I'm working on this, I'm writing it,
Yeah.
I'm down to do this.
Why do I want a Joker solo movie?
I know. That's
Why?
I don't want one.
I seen Killing Joke, so you're
They're
gonna give me a
gonna
movie.
borrow- yeah, they're
You're gonna
gonna
give me
borrow
a
from
movie
the
on
Killing
2
Joke.
pages on 9 panels, bro. You really? Why do I need this movie? Stop milking it.
There's that, and there's also, it's almost like in Suicide Squad, they're trying to make the Joker into like the other Loki. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he's so bad, you want to help him because she's helping. Like, it felt like that they were trying to do,
Yeah.
and it just fell flat on its face.
Vin Diesel being blood.
Sorry, you're jumping ahead.
Yeah,
Just jumping ahead.
Vin Diesel is, I guess, tagged, officially signed to play Bloodshot
Yeah.
in one of Sony's next production. And Bloodshot is one of Valiant's, I think, original characters back in
Yep.
'92,
Yeah.
and became an immediate hit with readers. So, I mean, as far as like what the character actually looks like, and Vin Diesel at this age, what do you guys think? Do you think they're gonna go for more of a Pitch Black
Aren't
sort
Vi-
of?
I mean, isn't Valiant the
Diesel
same
has-
people that did Exo Manowar?
Yes.
I want nothing to do with those people. That comic was
They
weird.
they rebooted it
So-
not too long ago, and it's doing
So
pretty
do you
good.
know, like Bloodshot is a pretty interesting. It's a pretty good character.
Yeah.
As far as like
His
like I
powers-
can actually see that. Yeah, his power set's literally he's Captain America but better,
Yeah. And more twisted.
more twisted. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and it's gonna be. It should be rated R.
Is it tied into that? What was it?
Ninjak?
Ninjak destroys the Valiant universe or something like that.
No.
No, oh, okay.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I think they just have the rights and they're just like, we want to do more. and they're gonna.
And why does everyone keep going? Okay, so they actually originally eyed Jared Leto for this role, actually. And then I guess he probably turned it down, and they went to. But why is Vin Diesel next on your list for a character like this?
Wait, they went from Jared Leto to Vin Diesel. That's such a weird jump.
Vin Diesel was probably walking by that meeting, saw him, was like, "What'd you leave?" "Oh, I was talking about Bloodshot." "Get out of my way!" Shove him out of the way. Yo, I can do that.
What happened with Groot too.
Yeah,
he walked by and just said,
because I thought I didn't. Wasn't the rumor for Vin Diesel he wanted to play Black Bolt?
Yes.
And there's like, no, we're going a different way with it.
And he got mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got mad. He said, you guys are making a mistake making it a TV show. You should make it a movie, and you're going to ruin it. And he was right. They ruined it. So.
And now he's Bloodshot.
Yeah. He just wants to play superheroes. Go ahead, Tobes.
Yeah, so... who posted that picture in our chat of Shazam, the cell phone leak?
Oh, that was me. That was me.
That was you?
Yeah.
So we got that, and when we saw that, so Shazam, the movie's being filmed right now in Toronto.
Yeah.
And someone got, I guess, took a cell phone picture of the costume while he was on set and posted it online, and it's leaked everywhere, and it looked terrible.
Oh, it looks horrible.
Because it was in low res.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have the link there. Did you click on the link?
Yeah, we have the. I mean, I still think it looks horrible.
Really?
Yeah, I feel
it looks similar, like the Superman with the mini like weave kind of thing.
Sure, but
your legs aren't that big.
Take a look at it. Take a look. I'm gonna send you another link right now, and then tell me what you think.
The difference with let me just explain the difference between this Zachary Levi and who's the dude Henry Cavill is Henry Cavill doesn't need a bodysuit of muscle over him.
Pure West.
Straight up.
That's the problem.
Affleck doesn't even really need it like that.
Exactly.
Like, this guy
I'm surprised you didn't bring up The Rock yet.
Yeah, well,
they're just gonna paint The Rock's body.
Exactly. He's gonna be wearing.
Just paint him.
I mean, everyone else is still pretty much like painted. There is still a level of padding for all those character actors you're talking about.
I know.
So even Thor, like all these guys. It does look exaggerated. I feel like he's bulked up enough in about 4 months to kind of literally fill in most of that costume, though. To be honest,
like no one can bulk up like The Rock.
No.
Like that's
he doesn't look anywhere like Black Adam. Like Black Adam definitely should look 2 times that, in my opinion.
Like I'm just saying, you put him next to The Rock, he's gonna like, oh well, too bad. You tried, Zach. You tried.
I mean, when I look at the tricep muscle here,
it's
in the picture, and it looks fake, and then the picture on the bottom right. Like, I love that Tobi had to look at his tricep
on the top here.
Also, keep in mind.
No, why? Because it is possible. That's not an impossibility.
Oh, I know, but that looks more like I'm saying. For me, it looks like the suit and not a real body.
Also, keep in mind Shazam's a 10-year-old boy, so maybe it's supposed to look like this.
My big concern with this movie is they're gonna go funny instead of like. I mean,
they will.
They have to.
So if you actually want to, did you take a look?
Yeah.
So the next link there, if you click on that link.
Yeah.
Chat.
I can't. Well,
oh, you can't. Okay, never mind.
But yeah.
So if you click on the set video link there, there's a video I posted on there that shows you someone recording Shazam on set, and it's a scene where he looks like he's saving people on a bus.
Yeah, the bus.
And he's kind of like, after he saves them, dancing around, acting all childish. So I can actually see they're gonna go a little bit more PG-13.
They kind of need it. They kind of need it. But
here's the thing. You needed to establish your universe like that from the get-go. You can't have movies like Batman versus Superman.
Pivot hard.
You can't pivot that hard.
Break your ankle. Pivot.
That's the thing.
Sacrifice the ankle, save them universe.
Like, Shazam isn't going to fit in their universe. It's not going to make sense for... Because, like, for example...
Burn it all.
Yeah. Because if you ever read Kingdom Come, for example, Kingdom Come, the comic, that was Mark Waid and Alex Ross.
Yeah.
In that comic, Billy Batson grows up having been raised by Lex Luthor, and he grows up broken, but he's still Shazam, and he still has the powers. He just doesn't use them because he's been programmed not to. So he ends up growing up looking exactly the way Shazam's supposed to look. And if you took that kind of story and that kind of darkness and flipped that some way into the DCEU, that would be interesting. But doing a story where the 10-year-old kid is going to be turning into a dancing fool who saves people off of a bus, I'm concerned. I'm a little worried. That's all I'm saying.
They need levity.
Yeah.
They're trying hard.
But it's what you expect. Once they cast him, I'm like, yeah, that's the direction.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to be Chuck. Guaranteed.
Yes, I agree. And
I like Chuck. So I know
it was a good show. It was a good show. I just don't know about it being a superhero movie.
Be happy. It could have been Zachary Braff.
And also here's the thing. It's filming in Toronto at the same time as Titans.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if they're filming in the same area, will Shazam show up in Titans, or will they reference him at all in Titans?
I mean, that's
in the
wishful
background,
thinking, but I don't
He'll
think
be in the background.
Just
wait,
flies
what?
off the background.
I mean, it'd be cool if they had him fly by, but they'd have to establish the universes as connected, and then they'd have to explain Dick Grayson, and that's not going to happen.
Give me
Yeah.
Black.
Starfire's black.
I didn't expect that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to
Chick
it.
is orange in the show. I mean, I don't know.
True.
How
I
they
mean,
gonna do that?
she could still be orange on the show,
I hope.
played by a black person.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know. Let's see.
That makeup artist gonna have their job worked out for them.
Just get a paint roller. You're good.
Because to
Paint
go
roller.
from white to orange is easy.
Yeah.
To go from black, like brown skin, to that orange, that's gonna be a lot of work, lady. But power to them.
Good luck.
Did you guys see the Tomb Raider, the new trailer?
I saw the trailer. I thought. I mean,
Yeah, whatever.
it looks like
Did you? Okay, actually, you know what? Are you a Tomb Raider fan?
no.
first of all?
That's the thing. I'm not a video game fan.
I'm a bigger
Did
fan.
you like the first movie?
the
with
Angelina.
Jolie?
No, not really.
Okay, what about you, Jaws?
I didn't watch him, but I know it's just a fun, silly romp. I know a lot of girls that love those movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. So I used to like the games a lot, and the movie, the first one's one of my favorite movies. Second one's trash. And then maybe 8, 9 years, I don't know, 10 years after the first movie, they revamped Tomb Raider and changed it into this kind of like what's it
Uncharted.
called? Uncharted, exactly.
Uncharted, but more
like a
survival
female-
based.
More survival based, more puzzles, actually even harder puzzles than Uncharted. And this movie that's coming out is based off of that.
Yeah, off the new
That
reboot.
the revamped, and it's more modern. It feels more. And man, I am impressed with Alicia Vikander's transformation in this movie.
Yeah.
Based off of like Ex Machina to this, I was like, whoa, actually, she put in the work. You can tell. It shows in the trailer. So
Yeah,
I'm
she got that.
actually pretty
She
excited
got
to
that
see.
fitness down. I definitely respect that.
And I was hoping for a different feel and a different look from the original Tomb Raider, which is exactly.
And
what we get.
I will give you that. It does look very different from the original,
Yeah.
the Jolie movies.
Because I know for the games, it's kind of like trying to build up to her getting the dual wielding guns kind of thing going on. Because that was one of her iconic weapons within the mainstay of the original games.
Yeah.
And so like you kind of get that at the end of the first game. Doesn't really show up in the second game, Rise of the Tomb Raider. But I don't know. I'm not super excited for this movie, but I hope it does well.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I might check it out, but like maybe when it hits, home theater kind of thing.
Yeah. Toby.
Yeah, sorry. I was distracted by something on my screen here real quick.
Alternate ending for Phasma.
Yeah, so there's an alternate ending out there apparently for Captain Phasma in The Last Jedi.
Oh.
If you saw if you saw the movie,
Yeah.
for me, Phasma's importance or relevance in this universe was so underwhelming.
Yeah.
It
And
seems like
then
you have to
the way they
read
did that- and
read
then
all
the way
these
she-
comics.
Yeah, and then the way they kind of just got rid of her, or I don't know if they actually did, was even more underwhelming.
Yeah.
So there's a trailer. There's a
Deleted scene.
deleted scene that was released online recently, which actually, to me, based on everything that we experienced with Phasma in the first and second movie, this would have been a better exit for her.
Yeah.
And in the clip, it's Finn confronting her, and with obviously he's surrounded by stormtroopers and Phasma, and he's confronted by Phasma, and then he questions her dedication to the First Order, because she actually betrayed the First Order back in
first
Force
movie.
Awakens
Yeah.
when he forced her to drop the shields at Starkiller Base, which allowed the Resistance to destroy it. So I feel like him doing that with the stormtroopers around, and basically her going, "Oh crap, my guy's about to turn on me," and then she has to like shoot her own guys, and
She shoots
it just
4
it
dudes
was
in
just
one
a
go.
more, it was just a more dramatic. I mean, it felt like if we actually did get a lot of Phasma in the first and second movie, this would have been the exit she deserved almost. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. They never
so-
gave her any screen time anyway. So for me,
Right.
when she died in the second one, I was just like, cool.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it was definitely just a waste of a character. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think my favorite, one of my friends, he after we all saw the first movie, The Force Awakens, he was like, "Oh, well, here goes my Captain Phasma figure, and he just tosses it into the trash.
Yeah.
He just like, it's like a black label figure.
Why'd you get one to begin with?
Like, well, no, because before the movie came out, they're like, oh, this is one of the badass people. You know, here's your Boba Fett for this series, and it's like, nope, that didn't even happen in the movie.
The second they said she was, the second people started saying she was the Boba Fett, she wasn't going to be the Boba Fett. That's the problem. Exactly. Boba Fett was cool because Boba Fett was cool. Like, he just came out, and people were just like, okay.
He was only cool because of that animated thing. But when you watch the movies and you had nothing else, he just...
Sure. But what I'm saying is it had nothing to do with people being like, yeah, Boba Fett. Like, it wasn't like everyone was throwing a party for Boba Fett. So when everyone started saying Phasma's going to be the new Boba Fett, it's just like, you guys have already like doomed the character to not be cool.
And you're like, and when you're exactly like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what exactly you're expecting?
Yeah, because there's no more animated series to make kids super excited about a character.
No, it wasn't the animated series. It was the Star Wars Christmas special, where it had an animated segment in it, and Boba Fett actually had this deep voice and da-da-da.
Yes.
Dude, that Christmas special is so trash.
Exactly.
Except the Boba Fett scene where he's in the cartoon.
But that's what I'm saying. That one scene was cool, but it wasn't life-altering.
And then not even canon after that.
Exactly. And the other thing is, kids latched on to that scene because there was that, and if we watched that segment that Skinny told us to watch, the toys... What was it called on
Toys That Made Us.
Toys That Made Us. And they explain it. It's just like, they also really pushed this new action figure where he had the rocket launcher.
Then they ended up having a rocket launcher.
Yeah,
that was one of the things that made it super interesting because kids were just like, he has a rocket launcher?
Well, it was also before before he appeared.
Yeah, exactly.
They released the figures before Boba Fett appeared. And
just like Captain Phasma.
Boba Fett, yeah.
But yeah, that was stupid.
In other news, non-Star Wars related, there's a Dapper Dan biopic in the works from Sony with Gerard Carmichael involved.
Interesting.
Needs to happen.
I added that because Gerard Michael is looks like he could play Dapper Dan. He has that physique and that swag that he could do. He's also super funny, and Dapper Dan is one of those really iconic Harlem characters. So he definitely deserves a biopic.
Dude, and Gerard Carmichael does not get enough recognition.
Yes,
as in my opinion,
I agree.
Dude is like what, 22? How old is he?
He's not 22, but he's definitely young and talented, and no one pays attention to him when they should be paying more attention to him. I agree with you there. That's the reason I added that one because I feel
when he's
his show on NBC got canceled. And
did it get 2 seasons? Did it get 1 season?
I think I got 2 seasons.
It was like it went for a bit.
Yeah,
David Alan Grier's on there.
Yeah, played the dad. He was great. And then the mom was amazing. The girlfriend,
all
of it.
I can't remember the actress that plays the mom though. She's on a lot of stuff though.
Yeah, she's like a singer.
But you know what? The problem with that show is it came out at the wrong time. Blackish took over.
Yeah, it did take a backseat to Blackish. That's true.
Yeah. And this next one here, I think, Doc, you put that one in?
Yeah, director Stella Meggy, who has gotten a lot of recognition for the last movie she did with Amdala Steinberg. The one where she's essentially a girl in a bubble. She lives in her house. She can't go outside. And everyone really loved that movie. It did really, really well at South by Southwest and has a lot of great reviews. So she's now producing her next movie and cast Cecile Zameda, who we know from SNL, Dawan Wise, who plays the lead on She's Gotta Have It on Netflix, and Tone Bell, who is recently on Disjointed on Netflix. And then the movie's going to be called The Weekend. People are pretty excited because the director is a really good up-and-coming director, black director, and Canadian. She's from Toronto. So for us as Canadians, I thought that was cool because it's not off. Black directors are getting their shine now, and the fact that there's a Canadian black director.
It's the 90s again.
This is going to be her third movie, and she's already got such a solid cast. You know, it's kind of in that, Coogler nod. I
like that, Jaws.
Yeah.
It's the 90s again. I hope so.
Again.
Yeah, that's true. Everything, I mean, they vultured all our culture and then realized, well, maybe we'll actually let black people tell the stories because they do it better.
I'm not going there.
I know.
All I have to say is Django. Y'all messed up.
Yeah. Someone asked me today if I watch it, and I was just like, yeah. It's just Quentin being Quentin. I don't have anything positive to say about Django Unchained.
Oh, you didn't like it?
It's okay, but it's not a great movie.
I like it, but Oscar good? I'm kind of confused about that.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Tobes.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to cut you guys off.
No, it's okay. We got to wrap up soon.
I am intrigued by this next one here. Catwoman takes out 3 speedsters in Batman 42.
Okay, so I'm vexed because I read the issue. So
she doesn't actually do anything.
She does. So what it is Poison Ivy is taking over essentially all of Gotham.
What the fuck is happening?
I know.
now?
Again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Again?
I got it because I that's the thing. I'm up to issue 30 in the Batman run, 2016 Tom King Batman run. So I don't know what happened, but everyone was talking about it. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna skip ahead to figure out. So Poison Ivy's taking over Gotham. It's not really that much of a stretch. Essentially, what it is she got the Justice League. Mm-hmm. She like used her powers and took over the Justice League. So she has Superman following around Batman and Catwoman all the time, using his super hearing to listen to them all the time. So they go to a house. Batman and Catwoman are talking. Batman leans into Catwoman to whisper, knowing full well that Superman is gonna use his super hearing to tune in, and hits him with a high pitch. Knocks him completely out. He's done. So then Poison Ivy's just like, okay, I gotta send in to the next group of people. So Batman and Catwoman are walking towards the house, and then the Speedsters show up. This is the part that people like. A lot of people are really vexed about this. Wally, Barry, both Wallies and Barry, all 3 of them. Yeah, because there's 2 Wallies, as we know.
There's a white Wally, black Wally, and Barry.
Right. All 3 of them at mostly almost full speed run up to her, and she takes all 3 of them out.
How?
No one knows.
3 swift kicks, bro.
She she clotheslines one and then does 2 kicks and takes them out, and everyone's just like, I don't get it. What just happened?
Cat-like reflexes?
That's what some people are saying, because some people are saying, oh, it's cat-like reflexes, but it doesn't. So this is the panel. We're gonna post it in the episode for those of you who are wondering.
I know why.
What are you gonna say?
She looks down at her fat rock from Bruce Wayne.
Wah-ha!
Wah-ha! Wah-ha!
Yeah, this is
terrible.
She does it for money. Wah-ha!
Yeah, so she takes out Barry, and then she takes out White Kid Flash, and then takes out Black Kid Flash. Some people are saying
the one thing to say is that like she's not really attacking them, right? She's reacting to
exactly
where they're going to be.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. But I still listen. Even if the 3 speedsters are not at top speed, and she's reacting to their movements, for her to react that quickly, she would have to process faster than the speedsters move.
But remember, they're not are they in control of themselves?
No.
It's
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
Dude, because I've been on message boards. I've had this discussion with people. I 100% get what you're saying. My counter to that, though, is there would not be lightning if they weren't using the Speed Force, meaning they're going faster than any human could go.
Because I was thinking like something to the extent of Emma Frost controlling Iceman and using his powers to the full potential.
Yeah.
And then she lets go of him. And he's like, well, how'd you do all that? And she's like, well, if you don't know how to do that, I ain't telling you.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Come on, dude. Step your game up here.
But that's the thing. Sorry.
Just imagine I'm sitting here at my computer desk, and behind me you guys have seen a wall being built. Or, sorry, you guys just see a wall appear.
Yeah.
How do you react to that wall appearing?
Exactly.
That's how fast they're going.
Yeah. They're speedsters. You can't process what they're doing that fast. So so a lot of people have been really pissed off because they're just like, you've like messed up the canon. And that's what I posted, saying they're going to have to retcon this the same way they retconned it when Black Bolt attacked the Hulk in World War Hulk. And Black Bolt hit the Hulk with a full sonic scream and the Hulk survived. They retconned it later to be that Black Bolt was a Skrull.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, that makes sense. How are you going to do this? Like, what are you going to tell us here? It doesn't make sense.
Well, look at Batman's
because
face.
Because they're under Poison Ivy's mind control.
They don't know how
to use their powers fully, and there's a little lapse. She notices the lapse, blah, blah, blah.
But, like, look at Batman's face in all 3 panels. He's like Batman in all of them. He's not surprised, which is weird.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that might be a tell as well.
I mean, I don't know. The only thing that I could have thought of was at one point Deathstroke got the Speed Force. He tapped into it somehow. There's some story on the Teen Titans where he has speed, and I was just like, Jesus. Unless he passed that secret on to Catwoman.
Oh my goodness.
That's the only thing I could think of.
They'll figure something out.
I know. Anyway, sorry, we got to wrap up soon, so my apologies.
And in a quick little I guess, tale of the universe wanting what the universe wants, Nicolas Cage finally gets to play Superman.
Yeah.
But in a cartoon.
Yeah.
He will be playing Superman in the new Teen Titans Go movie.
Yeah.
And the cast of this movie is pretty interesting. We have
Stunt casting.
Halsey, which is a singer.
Yeah,
she's
singer.
playing Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Lil Yachty is playing Green Lantern in this,
I'm so
which
disappointed.
is pretty interesting to me. So I don't know what the audience are going for, and why they chose Yachty
Well,
for
he's
this,
not going
and
to
why
sound like
he's-
Little Yachty. He's probably just using it for his deep voice because.
Okay,
whatever.
that's fair.
Hey, what's wrong,
We'll
Kyle?
see.
Yeah, he's not gonna
What's wrong, Kyle?
be singing or anything. And if he does happen to sing, then I mean,
It is Teen Titans Go. They could break out in song. at
That's
some
the
point,
thing. I'm worried when they
Booty Scooty. That's all you have to do is look up.
right?
Booty Scooty.
It is, dude. They've had some pretty good songs on the
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
show.
true.
so
Yeah, they have.
I'm pretty sure that's going to translate to the movie somehow, and Yachty will be involved. He's already on 10 songs on the soundtrack. I guarantee you that.
Oh gosh.
Well, they have two singers, like Lil
Yeah,
Yachty
exactly.
and the other person. So I mean,
Halsey, yeah.
Nicolas Cage can't sing though.
Nicolas Cage can't act.
Don't let him. Don't let him. Don't let him go full Cage.
No.
Don't let him go
He's gonna
full
be
Cage.
the worst Superman. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
Okay.
And I think that's it for Geek News and Rumors, folks.
That's everything, guys. That's the whole kit and caboodle.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe it.
Wow.
Skinny, what do you want to tell the people?
I mean, no, I mean,
This was a tiring episode,
Yeah.
it was,
full of defeat,
it was
agony.
Weird.
It was a weird one.
Be safe, y'all.
disappointment.
JawzD, Transformers slag.
Check out Transformers Slag on YouTube. Check out Geeking Out at the Tower podcast, and also check me at JawzD
There you go.
on Twitter. Jaws with a Z, a Z.
Tobes, what do you want to tell the people?
See you next episode, folks.
That's it. That's all, guys.
That's all
Thank
I
you.
got for you.
Thank you for tuning into another edition of Geektastic Sci-Fi. We'll be back next week, and then we're going to be taking a little break, so you'll have to hit up the website and find out more information. Make sure you hit us up on our website, franklinarmstrong.com. Hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at @AStrongFranklin. We're also on Vero, so if you're on the app, you can look us up at Franklin Armstrong Collective. And we're going to be releasing the That's Canon podcast in the next few weeks. So that's going to be another podcast that you can subscribe to. We're going to be putting that out and in as many paces as possible as we did with Geektastic Sci-Fi. We're also now on Overcast. If you guys use Overcast for your listening pleasure, which you can listen to on your phone, and then if you're logged in on your computer, you can continue from your where you left off. So that way you never miss a beat. You don't have to scroll through and try and figure out where you were in the episode. And that's it. That's the whole show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't drink and drive. Always wear your Jimmy caps because safe sex is good sex. We'll be back next week. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Doses.